included an All-Star appearance and the 1993 NBA's Sixth Man of the Year award. The NBA family also mourns the loss of Hall of Fame coach Luke Olson, who made a significant impact on countless current and former NBA players, as well as the loss of actor Chadwick Boseman.
Hello.
A close friend of the NBA who appeared in iconic movies such as the Jackie Robinson biopic 42 and Black Panther. Please join us in observing a moment of silence in honor of Cliff Robinson, Luke Olson, and Chadwick Boseman. Thank you. Tonight's presentation of the national anthem has been recorded and sung by Annie Bosco.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the
Is it working?
last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets break away, the bombs bursting in air, yet through that night that our flame was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner
Alrighty.
wave? O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Here we go. Refresh. Oh, there you go. It's gonna be actually a fun game to watch.
It's when you never shy away from a challenge. It's when you test your resilience and make your mark. It's where legends make lasting statements. It's the unrelenting spirit you only find here.
Here we go. It works. Okay, cool.
It's
The road to the octagon is built on sacrifice and redemption.
Speak to me now. I'm freaking out. Hey,
No one knows this better than UFC President Dana White. In this exclusive limited series, he has picked the best amateur talent and gives them a shot at UFC stardom.
Alrighty.
Dana White Contender Series on ESPN.
By the short-handed Blazers. And
LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. This is the NBA playoffs. First round coverage presented by Rocket Mortgage. Tonight, Game 5, the Portland Trailblazers, the 8th seed, and the best record in the West, the top seeded Los Angeles Lakers. So the Lakers in a closeout mode right now, a chance to advance to the second round, either against Houston or Oklahoma City. The Rockets coming up with a big win just before us here tonight. And with that, we welcome you from the bubble here in Orlando. Great to have you with us, everybody. Brian Anderson along with Chris Webber. We'll hear from Brian Webber in just a moment. Well, it has been a day of resumption here in the NBA playoffs. And now, Chris, these two teams, the Blazers and the Lakers, take the floor for the first time since the shutdown, and it turns out to be a closeout game for the Lakers.
Yeah, well, the players have been inactive off of the court, but I tell you what, on the court, but off of the court, they have been disruptive and productive. I mean, you think about it, taking care of business, trying to move the needle for positive social change.
Well, the Portland Trailblazers are going to have 9 players on their roster tonight. They've got more injuries than just Damian Lillard. Familiar starting 5 for the Los Angeles Lakers. By the way, this particular group, their net rating in the 4 games of the playoffs, plus 29. They have been excellent in the last 3 games in this series to put Portland on the brink. The Blazers have all kind of injury problems right now. So Gary Trent Jr. will get the start for Damian Lillard. Hassan Whiteside was due to come off the bench, but Wenyen Gabriel with a quad injury will not start, will not play. And that leaves the Blazers with a 9-man roster here tonight, as if things weren't tough enough for Portland in this one. Just about ready to go here. Mark Davis in his 22nd NBA season, ready to
Wowee.
his
22nd.
137th career playoff game. He'll put it in the air. Kevin Scott, Curtis Blair join him on the floor, the 3-man officiating crew. J.B. DeRosa and Mitchell Irvin in the replay center here in Orlando. And available to us in the replay center in Secaucus is Jason Phillips, Vice President of Replay Operations. All the pieces in place. We are ready to tip it up tonight. Final game of the night on this Saturday night as play has resumed in the NBA bubble. Hassan Whiteside, JaVale McGee will tip it, and let's do it again.
I've always thought it must be hard for the referee when you're 8 inches shorter than both players, throwing it up and getting out of the way.
Yeah, Portland got the ball.
Controls and the Blazers will have the first
There we go.
It'll be very interesting tonight to see how the Blazers compete, knowing they are shorthanded. They do have Yusuf Nurkic, who has just been outstanding, coming off a double-double in Game 4. And right away, if they can make passing, Whiteside opens up the scoring tonight.
It's all right.
What are you expecting out of the Lakers tonight? Obviously, they want to put this series away. They want to get their rest, prepare for the next series, either against Houston or Oklahoma
Go AD.
City, who
Oh,
we know will have a Game 6, potentially a Game 7,
Sure.
as Anthony Davis starts to score. What are you looking for the Lakers, Chris?
Well, I said this the other night in talking to Juwan Howard about the leadership of LeBron.
Yusuf
I know
Nurkic.
he hasn't gone dark
Little
zero
goal.
on his
Oh,
social
Gary
media, but he was saying
Oh,
that
well played.
his skill
Well
changes,
played.
his temperament during this time really goes through the locker room. I
Oh,
expect
good
him
play.
to be hungry
Go, AD.
to try to finish this team off early.
Come, Pope.
It's Caldwell Pope.
Oh,
Carmelo says he's
nice.
I think Carmelo might be the scouting report for the Blazers tonight, Chris.
He better be the scouting report. I tell you what. I mean,
Yeah.
City Bubble,
Oh, no.
Melo, he's
Oh,
good. And then we had
good rebound.
He's great, but I tell you what, we need closeout Melo tonight. He needs to take at least
Go,
22
LeBron.
shots, 25 shots, like he used to 10 years ago when he averaged 28 points.
Nice. 28 a game, 20 shots a game. I mean, that's the kind of Melo.
Well played. And one. Let's go. Now, 1 second.
Three-point play. How about this dish right here by LeBron?
I mean, the best part of this game, well, you can't choose the best part of this game. One of the best part of this game is his selfishness. That's why guys cut so hard for him. Man, such a great pass.
Blazers won the first game of this series. They held the Lakers to just 93 points. Damian Lillard had 34 in the game. He made 6 threes. And Charles Barkley broke out the brooms after that. He was guaranteed the Blazers sweep. Well, it has been anything but. Terry Stotts' team
10 minute
has
long.
been on the wrong end of the last 3. And a couple of big blowouts as well. Game 4
At one point, the Lakers had a 38-point lead and eventually a 20-point win. C.J. McCollum gets his scoring started tonight.
Tell you what, we talked about Dame Lillard. We
Go
talked
ID.
about C.J. McCollum, Nurkic. I think we need to give Coach Terry Stotts some credit because every year, to me, he gets the most out of this team.
turnover.
He gets
No.
more out of this team than is expected by anyone. And he really has these guys believing. So he's a big part of their big three, big four as well, in my opinion.
I mean, injuries are why Portland was in the 8th seed to begin with. Remember, they were in the 9 spot when they arrived here to the bubble. They were a couple of games back to get into the playoffs. They won
Nearly
that
turnover.
very impressive
Oh,
play-in game against Memphis to earn
oh no.
the
Still missed.
7 consecutive years in the playoffs.
Go Danny Green.
A team that went
AD.
to the Western Conference Finals a year ago. As
Bella.
AD comes up short, here's Gary Trent Jr. Getting
Rebound.
the start for Lillard. There's a whistle. And another injury here. Whiteside looks hurt. I mean, Portland only with 9 players can ill afford anymore. So C.J. McCollum gets the foul. And it looks like Whiteside, I don't know what's bothered him, but something's got him shaken up on the other end.
Played.
Caldwell Pope skips it across to Anthony
AD.
Davis.
Yes.
Smooth stroke for a
Good three.
man. He can certainly fill it up from outside, and he's averaging in these playoffs, C-Web, 26.5 points per game.
Well, coming into these playoffs, he was averaging 30 points, shoot 50%. So we talk about playoff players. AD has been doing his thing, and here's Whiteside injury, probably a knee to that area. Wow, he does a great job of still staying vertical. That's a defensive player right there. Take him one. Still keep the tenants.
Taking one for the team.
Could be last man
screen.
standing for the Blazers.
Oh,
Over.
no.
Davis called for the foul.
Foul.
There's Zach Collins, who that was one of the big blows early. Damian Lillard is out with
Let's
a right
see.
knee injury. He is no longer with the team here in the bubble. He has left, gone back to his home. Collins' injury was the early big blow in that one. They were so hopeful to have Collins back, to have Nurkic back. Those two recovering throughout the shutdown period and ready for the seeding games and into the playoffs. And it just hasn't worked out that way for the Portland Trailblazers.
And that's why, though, you have to give them credit. There are such things as moral victories. You can't include those in wins and losses. But as far
He's
as
got
how
both,
hard these
has he?
guys have been
Has he got
playing,
one?
and I don't think
He's got
any
two.
team has been more focused coming into the playoffs with them trying to get playoff position. And let's just remember, McCollum has a fracture.
8
in his
minutes
back
left.
and he has not said it one time
Let's
to the media. That's hard.
Yeah, with that.
Let's go to LeBron.
Back. He's been playing through the seeding
Taking
games,
to
the
the
play-in
post.
game,
Oh,
and then
well
here in
played.
the playoffs.
Oh, good,
At the rim by
good
Nurkic.
rejection.
McGee
Right ball.
denied, and Nurkic will run the break. And how
Oh,
about
he's
that?
always
wait a
been.
minute. Can't finish on the other end. That
Yeah.
would have been too good to be true.
Would have been a great play.
Nurkic has been terrific. Good to see him spry,
Screen.
running
Good
well,
screen.
able to pick up his minutes.
Oh, nearly a foul there. Yes. Let's go.
Tell you what, JaVale McGee might want to try out for my Detroit Lions with that.
Oh,
offensive
well played.
line push right there. He just
Good layup.
knocked everybody out the way and let LeBron get the clean, easy layup.
Lakers jumped out to a huge
Three.
lead.
Oh,
It was
I like
15-0 at one point, and it was 24-8. And
massive
Blazers
chance
have
against.
come
Oh, go.
with
Pick it up. Go.
today, playing with a lot of energy.
Oh,
The Laker ball.
yes.
Look at Nurkic on the defensive end. Go
That's a
up
great
and
ball.
get it. Oh, that's the way to meet at the top of the rim. But look at this. Great block right there. Seal it off. Touchdown. LeBron James.
It's like on the option, man.
Yeah.
Just cleared the way. LeBron's been fantastic as usual in these playoffs, averaging over 25 a game. He's over 10 rebounds and 10
Whoa.
assists per game as well. Remember, he led the NBA in assists this year.
Go.
Here's McGee going again.
Yes.
He scores on Nurkic. A little redemption.
Good layout.
with JaVale McGee.
Tell you what, when his guys come to play, especially defensively, we've seen that with this team, the three-headed monster of AD, McGee, and Dwight Howard. And they're tough to score on, but Trent Jr. says, yeah, I'm tough to guard.
Gary Trent Jr., second-year player out of Duke, former second rounder by Sacramento, has found a home with the Portland Trailblazers. Here's LeBron going strong again, scores with a left hand and looking for a foul. CJ McCollum at the controls here tonight. Shakes KCP and buries a three. CJ McCollum. And Chris, is it as simple for the Lakers to just transfer the Damian Lillard game plan over to CJ McCollum, or is there more to it than that?
It really is. It's a little more to it than that, but you keep the basic principles. Stop penetration, make him shoot tough jump shots, keep vision and wear of him.
That's right.
Just like you got to do that with AD. But
Tough
it's
shot.
easy to transfer it only because they play the same position. They're both really, really good, and it's not much drop-off from one to the other.
Remember, if you were with us earlier in the series, the goal with Damian Lillard is trying to keep him off the line, keep him running, keep him in motion. Foul by McGee takes us to a timeout on the floor.
Timeout.
Good start by the short-handed Blazers. Lakers by 1.
It's not bad. Not a bad first quarter at the moment.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm just getting started.
In a land of its rugged wilderness and violent seas, a dim few call it home. But life here comes at a price.
It's not the romantic lifestyle that a lot of people might imagine. This is a cruel environment here.
So many dangers around every corner.
Can't let stuff on the NBA channel.
That could be your last step.
Lawless Island, Tuesdays from 8:30. New to National Geographic.
With AHM Flexi Limit, you can use your included extras how you want, like more general dental or chiro, because you should be able to choose more of what you want. Join direct at ahm.com.au today. AHM, the simple bit. Hey team, Simon, you ready? What's up, Q?
What's up, fellas? We got 4 kids. Yes, sir. Every time.
Oh, boy.
You think you beat me if PGA Church will get you second to the course, huh?
You, this is where the real pros make their money.
I hear. Oh, yeah. Ow. This is a real dog. You like that?
Oh, should probably brighten this
My
up.
job, I demand a lot
Here
from
we
my
are.
tools. And the same goes for my beard. The right tool for my beard straightens and brushes in one go. It's the best there is.
Tame your mane with a wall heated beard straightening brush. Available only at Shaver Shop.
My dear.
It's like a heavyweight. September sees the return of one of the most decorated fighters in MMA history, Alistair Overeem. As he engages one of his most promising strikers, Augusto Sakai. With this much power, the night can end with just one punch. UFC Fight Night, Overeem versus Sakai. Next Sunday on ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN app.
Give us the tape measure shot. The question.
Timeout. So,
Give us right here. The awesome. The filthy stuff. Give us a little bit of this. Come join the party. And a little bit of that. Give us the game's best. Praise. Phillies. Give us Sunday Night Baseball. Monday on ESPN.
here we go.
The Lakers looking to close out the Blazers, lead Portland by 1, just about midway through the first quarter. Hi, everybody. I'm Jared Greenberg. And what the NBA players were doing the last couple of days, they were looking to make more than just a statement. They were looking to affect change. They were looking to get action items ramped up. And that's exactly what they did when the Lakers, in partnership with Staples Center, announced tonight that its home arena will be a voting center for the upcoming presidential general election,
Oh, wow.
joining many other arenas around the country. J.D. Buss, the governor of the Lakers, saying, for our democracy to function, all citizens need to be able to vote in a secure and safe way. Now, as far as the team on the court goes, head coach Frank Vogel called the last couple of days heavy. But he says our guys have a PhD in handling adversity. Although no hoops since Tuesday, it has certainly not been an off day by any means for these players. In addition to the players meeting as a group, a small group of players, according to Shams Charania of The Athletic, including LeBron James, also sought the counsel of former President Barack Obama. See, Webb?
Poland leads
Tell you what,
17,
if anybody else better to seek the counsel, and that's why I'm proud of these guys. You
Bruce
start off
has the
with
ball,
emotion, and there should be
LeBron.
emotion, empathy, sympathy, and other characteristics.
Go LeBron,
After that,
it's great.
prevail, get together, make a plan. Great
Come on,
job.
Danny.
And just want to shout out the NBA again for protecting us in this safe bubble, but also
Good
working
shot.
together with these players to disrupt things
Allah.
and fight for change.
3-day shutdown. You know, really, Chris, the biggest decision the players had to make
Oh,
was answering the question, is our voice louder?
oh no, no, that's not what we
So
wanted.
we're here in the bubble as a collective. So one thing they're doing, they're
Oh
a
yeah,
symbol of
turn over.
proving you can do your job and still engage in the issues that
Go
affect
Caruso.
our lives simultaneously.
Play. Oh.
By the way, I want to shout out the WNBA as well. For so long, they have been the leaders in social activism in the game, in the professional basketball game, and their platform, using it so well, and they deserve so much credit as well. They're not too far from us in Braden, and they
That
have their own
sucks.
bubble, and their season is going strong, and of course our colleague Candace Parker and so many of the great players of the WNBA, kudos to all of them as well.
Watching some of their
Oh.
games today, and yeah,
Foul.
whenever I think of NBA,
Foul,
I think
AD.
of the WNBA. It's like thinking of twins. You can't think of one without the other. So shout out to the ladies and they guys. Game 2, boy.
Kyle Kuzma enters for the Lakers, and the first run of the night for
Kuzma.
He is obviously Marcus Morris checking in as well. Anthony Davis just picked up his second foul. So all of a sudden the Blazers come out. I think Frank Vogel expected this kind of response from Portland. They've come out aggressive. AD with 2 fouls. Josh Smith will enter as well. So LeBron and AD will sit for now.
I haven't seen this lineup too many times, especially because J.R. Smith hasn't been on the team. But when you put him in the 3-guard lineup along with
Yeah.
Kuzma and Morris, I mean, this is a lineup that should be able to play great defense and switch. Melo, he's just all world.
Down 5. It's all right.
J.R. Smith, to your point, only played 6 games leading up to these playoffs for the Lakers.
Shoot. Screen.
So time to get him a little bit of run. Not sure if we're going to see
Go.
Waiters,
Go.
Deion Waiters has some
Yes.
headaches,
Good
migraine problems. He is active tonight, but he was
21-18.
problems earlier today as Kuzma hits the jumper. Good start for Kyle Kuzma.
No. No
Blazers leading by 3. Melo going to work, draws a quick double team.
good double. Ah,
Throws it away.
that's good. Good turnover.
Hey, a reminder, the NBA playoffs on TNT is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Home loans that fit your life, Rocket can. And by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle home, auto, or motorcycle insurance. Visit progressive.com.
Love seeing Kuzma come out and get that easy shot.
Go Caruso.
In this league, I don't know if as many players
Alright.
in his
Oh,
position
no.
have the same pressure, good defense.
He's already
there
had
by
3
Trent.
turnovers.
But Kuzma has to always find a way as he gets a foul there to fit in the game. Is this the game for him to score? Is this the game for him to play defense? Why he misses his first 2 shots? You know, is there too much pressure? And so I've really been impressed with Kuzma and his presence on the court in this series.
Kuzma with the foul here. Had the
Yeah,
big
it's a fair
windup.
foul.
He makes contact with him on the head. They may take a look at that, but he missed. Got him in the arm, so no need to check for a flagrant.
Always
We've
missed
seen
free
that a
throw.
few times in these playoffs.
21-18.
Resulted in flagrant ones. Kuzma, third leading scorer on the Lakers here in the first 4 games. He's up over 11 points per game and about 24 minutes on average per game.
As a young player, it's hard to be patient when you see guys like Brandon Ingram and other guys that you know and have played with, and they're excelling in other situations. What you have to do is realize where you are at this time. You're trying to win a championship. You're fortunate, just play your role. You'll always have time to grow individually and get more. And get better stats.
Marcus Morris.
All foul.
Going to work here. Marquise Morris, I beg your pardon. And Markieff and Marcus hoping to come together in the Western Conference Finals. Marcus having a great run for the Clippers. Clippers have a chance to close out tomorrow.
Oh, another turnover.
Caruso with a couple of turnovers here in the last 2 possessions. CJ McCollum goes to the hole and gets the friendly roll.
The Lakers right now having problems with that zone defense. Sorry, Portland having problems with that Lakers
Another
defense.
turnover. It's going us.
Great zone defense. Everyone can switch for the Lakers.
Timeout. Timeout. 24-90.
In a land amidst rugged wilderness and violent seas, a dim few call it home. But life here comes at a price.
It's not the romantic lifestyle that a lot of people might imagine. This is a cruel environment here.
So many dangers around every corner.
If you don't pay attention there, that could be your last step.
Lawless Island, Tuesdays from 8:30. New to National Geographic.
We rise together, this generation and the next, on the court and in the streets, for your city and for your team. For everything it took to get to this moment, we rise together. Because together, we can win it all. The NBA playoffs, tomorrow, live on
Nuggets and the
ESPN.
Jazz. It'll be a weekend watch.
Everybody looks like a heavyweight. The night can end with just one fight. UFC Fight Night, Overeem versus Sakai. This is on ESPN.
It's where you never shy away from a challenge. It's where you test your resilience and make your mark. It's where legends make lasting statements. It's the unrelenting spirit you'll only find here.
US Open. That should be cancelled. COVID-19.
The chase for the Stanley Cup is on. The playoffs are underway in the hub cities of Edmonton and Toronto, where the NHL's elite will battle to determine who's the best of the best. 2 cities, 2 conferences, only one Stanley Cup. Who will reach the crown? Golden Knights, Canucks, tomorrow on ESPN2.
Well, sad couple of days here, and in both venues today, all 3 games, a moment of silence was held for the 3 individuals that lost their life. Chadwick Boseman, the terrific actor, the lead in Black Panther, among others. 42, Luke Olson, the Hall of Fame coach, and a guy that you competed against, Chris Webber, Clifford Robinson, passed away this morning. Cliff Rob, Uncle Cliff.
I tell you what, I mean, you think of headbands, him and Slick Watch, you think of 5 men in today's game, in a small game, he would have excelled because he could play defense on bigger guys, he could stretch the floor, and speaking to his family today, his sister Tiffany wants everyone to know that he had a special smile, he loved his families and friends, he touched many lives, and she said this, he loved life to the fullest, he was vivacious and strong, through the end and through all his battles.
LeBron,
She wants
oh,
all of
goodbye.
us to be
Oh.
encouraged through the positivity that he spread. while
Didn't
he was
even
here.
start.
Thoughts to all those families. Of course, the Blazers family with Cliff Robinson, part of some great teams there with the Blazers.
Oh,
This
good
trip
rebound.
comes up empty. Think about the 1990 Blazers, that early 90s Blazers. They got 4 players from those rosters that are no longer with us. And they've had a tough go. Some images we pulled up for you, Chris, of some of your battles with Cliff Robinson and the headband.
Tell you what, shout out to Rashid, shout out to all those guys from Connecticut, Rip Hamiltons and others that I'm forgetting. It's just such a basketball family. And you know who he's close with, you know who he influenced. And again, as his sister Tiffany said, that's
Bang.
inspired by the positivity that he spread throughout his lifetime.
24-21.
6 at 3. It's pretty cool that a number of the players on both teams throughout the league today and even in the other games wearing the headbands to honor Cliff Robinson.
Oh, yeah, all the boys are rocking them. We had the young boys. I like that. We do pay homage.
And that's a turnover. So Blazers went on a 9-2 run. Lakers have answered that. They've got LeBron back on the floor. And a 3-point game. Blazers have come out well with their short-handed roster.
24-21, 3 minutes left.
Bunch of Carmelo Anthony and CJ McCollum here tonight, you would figure.
Tell you what, CJ, I want to say this, but he better not play too much defense. He cannot foul out tonight. Only 9 bodies available, and they need him. He's the best of all.
They have laid a couple of early fouls on Anthony Davis, who is on the bench with 10 points. Nurkic picks up the foul here. That'll be his first. AD plays 7 minutes, picks up 2 fouls, but 10 points. And it'll be Markieff Morris to shoot a pair.
Markieff Morris.
2:53 left in this first quarter of Game 5 on this Saturday night closeout opportunity for the Lakers. And we remind you, you can get more action on FanDuel and look for the final basket bonus during the NBA playoffs. FanDuel gives you more ways to win with sports betting daily fantasy of free-to-play games. Great to have you with us on this Saturday night. Good to see basketball back on the floor. Brian Anderson with Chris Webber, Jared Greenberg. Tonight's game produced by Tom Heitz and Drew Greathouse, directing in our terrific TNT crew. Morris cleans up the board. Here comes LeBron and the Lakers. 2.5 to go in the first. Finds Caruso.
Oh, bad shot.
With the rebound. Anthony Simons will be running as the backup point guard.
Oh,
he's got some scoring talent as well, but he does allow C.J. McCollum to play off the ball. James on the attack.
And one. Let's go.
James, strong move to the rim.
Oh, boy.
A 3-point play for LBJ.
There's some players that if you don't do the defense early, then it's not going to work at all. I mean, you just check this out. He saw LeBron coming downhill and Melo just couldn't get over there to him to wrap him up. Such a tough player. When he gives you that shoulder, usually he's not fouling you, but you feel the worst of the encounter.
24-25, Lakers lead.
LeBron continues to be in this league, and his impact on the teams in which he plays. You think about this Lakers team. Their first playoff appearance in 2014.
Got it. Nice.
They do not have a series win since 2012. Not only do they come to the bubble here, enter the playoffs as the top seed with LeBron and AD leading the charge, from not making the playoffs in the lottery to making the playoffs, and as the number 1 seed, expectations for a championship. Whiteside gets it deep, can't score, and he's looking at his hand. He's been banged up.
Another injury for Poland.
And as Sonia Autumn just backs him down, takes on two.
And one.
Scores and one again. LeBron James.
Tell you what,
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Because I've been through it many times before. When you see that, oh man, that finger right there,
it's out.
Oh yeah,
It is out.
Just gotta pull it back in.
Remember, Damian Lillard had a dislocated finger earlier in this series, and Whiteside's got one to deal with himself. It's a 10-0 Lakers run with a free throw coming. This timeout presented by Corona.
Timeout, Portland.
Everyone's so busy keeping up. Forget about the Joneses. We all on our telephones with the texts and the tweets and the beats.
This is
What
Corona.
he said, she said, can't even follow the thread. Down the hole, we all go. Me, I like keeping up too. With my Corona and my attitude. That's the fine life, baby.
Yeah, why Snoop Dogg got to rub it in like that? He's looking fine on the beach right there. Well, LeBron James going to the line here for a potential three-point play. And you got a sense in this game, seeing how Portland has come out, LeBron re-entered and kind of took back over.
Well, LeBron talked about it coming into the playoffs. He knew this stat, and that's no team has ever had a playoff layoff this long and then to come back with the number 1 seed. He's shown, listen, I'm a little bit older, but who else can do what I do? So he's coming out with his mind made up. This championship will bust for him. We understand that.
It's incredible expectations. LeBron We'll have a chance to finish off another and one here.
So if we
How
win,
about Hassan Whiteside? You could tell he just didn't catch it right, and out the finger goes. Dislocation.
I wonder,
Yikes.
there's our great cameraman. Like once they get the angle, do they close their eyes? Because I don't see how they could just. Oh man.
How many of those did you have in your career? I mean, you must have just dozens.
Too many. I can't even make a full fist right now because some of them are still so disjointed.
Little did you know how it would affect your golf game in your future life.
Yeah.
Shot.
Scratch part. That's why I'm
Perfect
so if we win, who do you
So
play?
LeBron finishes off the three-point play. It's an 11-0 run, and out of bounds, McCollum. That's going to be Laker ball.
Another turnover by Portland. So if we win,
Those are little things you have to do. You just have to be in there, and even though you have the turnover.
so if we win, we will be playing.
Making sure it's getting in the way.
You know,
Oh, we'll be
Caruso
playing
is
Houston
gonna
or
stay
OKC.
engaged the whole game, and Alex Caruso inside. Good look inside from LeBron James. That's a 13-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes, and the Lakers have opened up a 31-24 lead. Minute and a half to go in this first quarter.
Nice screen there. You have to get some space for Melo, a little bit older.
Oh, an air ball.
Air ball right there, but you want Portland to get back into the pick and roll game, get some easy shots. And is that LeBron or is that Magic or is that many of the great guards in LA? No look.
He's got 3 assists already, LeBron. Morris, no. Carmelo flying high for that empty rebound. He's got them all. Everybody clears out. I didn't hear him say anything that time. Usually he's been shouting, everybody get away. Simons, no, but he's fouled. And free throws coming for Anthony Simons. Playing here in the Orlando bubble is Simons. Grew up not too far from here, a little over an hour away in Edgewater, Florida.
And can he space the floor? The NBA fans are going to hear about this man for years to come.
Fair.
He's a straight bucket getter.
Just 20 years of age. And don't forget, TBS is home of the American League postseason. It all begins September 29th with the American League Wild Card Series baseball on TBS. And it feels weird to say because we're in the middle of the NBA playoffs, but the NBA playoffs moving back. We're talking about a month. A month from now, we're going to be playing baseball in the postseason.
Tell you what, sports fans, all that we missed, we're about to enjoy coming up real soon.
Say hello to our baseball colleagues and Ron Darling and Jeff Francoeur, Lauren Shahadi, of course, EJ as well. LeBron James will pull it.
Oh, LeBron.
Short. Carmelo. I'm going to start being quiet. When
Carmelo
goes up
with
for
the
a
rebound. Oh, good play.
Nice
Great
catch.
play.
Yeah, good finish at the rim as Jalen Horde getting some early minutes here in the first quarter. Everybody's going to get to play tonight. Jalen Adams, Jalen Horde, they're going deep on their bench with just 9 available.
Right now, Portland playing a boxing one zone on
Yeah.
LeBron James, which means he has one guy guarding him and everybody else is zoned up.
Good play.
And he scores easily on his zone.
9 seconds left. 27-33.
Here's Simons now.
Oh,
Puts one up with 5 remaining in the quarter and is
Oh.
fouled on a 3-ball.
M1. Or a 3 and N1.
Anthony Simons. Name looks like Simmons. Get it mixed up all the time, but you don't get it mixed up when he just, bam, lets it go. I'm telling you, we saw him earlier this year, and I went up to Dame Lillard. I said, what is this kid? Is he that good, or is he just cocky? He goes, no, he's that good, and he should be cocky because he can shoot.
Simons.
Well, Simons played in 70 games this year. He did make 4 starts for the Blazers. Averaged a little over 8 points a game and
4.8 seconds left on the clock.
He looks like a player who's got a chance to pop.
Oh.
All the way in, denied, and that'll take us. I'll count that basket.
Oh, we got it.
Count, add 2 more
Goaltending.
Lakers, it'll be a 4-point
Let's go.
lead as we head to the second quarter. Hazonia with the goaltend. 1 in the books. Closeout night for the Lakers, potentially trying to send the Blazers home.
Oh, that was a tough call.
We're headed for the second quarter. NBA playoffs on TNT.
35-31.
Our Prime Minister said that. Yeah, it's that kind of place. And they big patchwork Tracks, ovals, halls, stadiums, and fairy tale endings, stitched together by undying belief.
Peter Roberts, the man who has conquered the moon. Perfect right for Honolulu.
So long may we play.
Think of the people who need your support. Gamble responsibly.
Big Jack, now at Hungry Jack's. Bigger, better, flamier, special sauce and flame-grilled Aussie beef. Think you can handle it? Meet the Mega Jack. For a limited time at Hungry Jack's, the burgers are better.
You think you can beat me at PGA Tour 2K20? Let's take it to the court, Bob.
Where the world pros make your money.
Hey, you're out! And there was only one.
I'm alive. Just kidding. I'm dead inside, emotionally, but that's neither here nor there. There's still only one cure for hungry, thirsty, and that's Coke. With its full strength and full taste, it's full on. Oak. Kill hungry, thirsty, dead.
Sudden death now in the tail flick.
And it. Yes! The Aussies got him a beauty! Australia has on you, Mr. Whitby! Chuck a weight in mine!
Another make it look easy moment from Sportsman.
In the octagon, nobody hits like a heavyweight. September sees the return of one of the most decorated fighters in
Damn, I got 44%.
Alistair Overeem.
Probably should charge us then.
One of his most promising strikers, Augusto Sakai. With this one's power, the night can end with just one punch. UFC Fight Night, Overeem versus Sakai. Next Sunday on ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN app.
We rise together for your city and for your team, for everything it took to get to this moment. Because together, we can win it all. The NBA playoffs tomorrow.
Just gonna clean it up here. The goaltending, there was actually Lakers gonna get a chance here. So with the goaltending there, they determined there was still 1.1 seconds. So we haven't quite completed the first quarter.
Oh,
just
what?
yet. They took a quick look at this, and so 1.1 on the clock. They determined now because of the bad pass, the wayward pass, the Lakers have a chance here.
That's the worst thing that can happen. That's the one thing you don't want to happen on that play. What you have to do right
So
now
it's-
is watch out.
it's not
for
even-
any back
it's not even
screens
like
or
quarter
communicate,
time
because
or
you can still
whatever-
throw a pass
whatever they
beyond
call
the
it, yeah.
three-point line.
First
You
quarter.
have enough time to catch and shoot. Back screens are your worst enemy right now. Communicate on defense if you're Portland.
And Terry Stotts going to counter with Nurkic and Melo here. So Lakers all of a sudden a chance to add to this, and Smith's out of bounds.
And they have caught that out of bounds. It may be one more second.
I think you're right. I think I would agree. We almost.
31-35.
Hang on a second.
Oh.
Yeah, he caught it out of bounds.
It's the longest 1 second. Look, oh, he shoots. Yeah.
Oh, there's another 1 second.
Portland doesn't look like they're set up anything, but Nurkic on that corner may be the one guy because he has a height advantage on J.R. Smith. Melo in the middle as well. Enough time to catch and shoot.
Man. JaVale McGee enters the game. This is the third possession in 1.1 seconds. And CJ says that's enough.
He's not even going to shoot.
So that
Not even
is
going
the
into the
first
10.
quarter. A
Wow.
17-7 run for the Lakers.
There we go.
LeBron goes for 12 points, 3 assists. CJ McCollum with 11.
Yeah.
This is the NBA playoffs on TNT. Now we'll go to the second.
Oh.
Two teams, one city. Hard Knocks Los Angeles, Episode 3. Tonight on ESPN.
In the octagon, nobody hits like a heavyweight. September sees the return of one of the most decorated fighters in MMA history, Alistair Overeem, as he engages one of his most promising strikers, Augusto Sakai. With this one's power, the night can end with just one punch. UFC Fight Night, Overeem versus Sakai. Next Sunday on ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN app.
The NFL is back on ESPN. And we know you've never been more ready for football. And we start off in a big way. The Super Bowl champion Chiefs, led by Patrick Mahomes, face Deshaun Watson and the Texans. Let's get this started. Texans, Chiefs, ESPN. We've never been more ready for football.
Why did he even get into hockey?
Chase for the Stanley Cup is on. The playoffs are underway in the hub cities of Edmonton and Toronto, where the NHL's elite will battle to determine who's the best of the best. 2 cities, 2 conferences, only one Stanley Cup. Who will reach the crown? Golden Knights, Canucks, tomorrow on ESPN2.
Team, Simon, you ready? What's up, dude? What's up, fellas? We got 4 kids. Yes, sir. Every time. Oh, boy. You think you can beat me if AGH Hunter get you the second set of quarters, Bob? You. Spread the word across, make the money. Guy here. Come on here. Ow. This isn't real golf. You like that?
2K21 golf.
You're watching the NBA playoffs on TNT. First round coverage presented by Rocket Mortgage and a 4-point Laker lead, but the Blazers off to a good start, Chris, and CJ McCollum. He's got it going early.
He does 4 for 5, 11 points. And the reason why the Lakers are trying to play him like Dame is because he's playing like Dame. Great job shooting over the trees in there, the step back. He could do so much. And actually, the pick and roll game between him and Melo got it going early. But moments ago, Jared Greenberg talked to Blazers head coach Terry Stotts.
Well, Coach, you had 9 to start the night. We'll see about this on Whiteside, but what was the approach with your group tonight after a couple of days off?
Before I answer that, I want to give out my heartfelt sympathies to the family of Clifford Robinson. He's a longtime Blazer and meant a lot to the community, and he's a good man. So my sympathies to the family. As far as the game goes, hopefully Hassan will come back.
All right, well, until he does, how do you continue to keep the Lakers out of the paint and away from the rim?
It's a challenge. That's their strength. LeBron gets ahead of his team going to the basket. That's one of the challenges. He's done a decent job on the boards. He's scoring well. Hopefully you keep that up.
All right, thanks a lot. Thanks, guys. Back to you with the kind words from Cliff Robinson.
Yes, indeed. And thanks to Terry Stotts, class act, and good of him to start his
second quarter
break interview that way.
Oh. Shoot. Oh, no. We never.
Oh. See Whiteside back on the floor after that dislocated finger. He's got it heavily wrapped.
See scouts from other teams here, and you know that the rest of the scouting crew is watching on TV, and so you do find out by teams and players when other teams play them. You can adopt different styles, take a little bit of their strategy, and you best believe
go call.
This Lakers team when LeBron isn't on the floor. Notice how they don't get as much offensive movement, a little bit more dribbling, a little bit more standing around.
CJ McCollum, no. And it's run down by Anthony Davis, who is back on the floor with 2 fouls after 10 points in his first 7 minutes of the game.
Oh, well played. Go, Pope.
Just saw their 7-footer just
bang.
Great play
Let's
by
go.
Kuzma, though. They caught it to get it to that other side. But still, when you have some defenders that can get on AD and bring it up, you got to figure out who is the point guard on this floor. I know it says KCP, but when AD brings it down, it makes you question that.
Shoot.
3-pointer again. This one's down for
Good shot.
CJ McCollum.
McCollum's got 14.
McCollum now with 14 points.
Sorry.
That's his second made 3. Off to a terrific start shooting the ball. Only 2 misses thus far.
Gee. Still really well.
Having to check Davis now on the cutter.
Good fighter.
Octavius Caldwell Pope.
What a play. When you have AD on the post, that's what you talk about, keep it simple. That was just so simple. Get it to the best player on the floor. That can draw a double team, cut with integrity, make
Good
the
shot.
layup.
Simons for 3. Cashes it in. Anthony Simons. By the way, I have to apologize. I kind of had his hometown wrong. He's from Orlando. His Edgewater was his high school, not his town. And he went to the IMG Academy. So this really is a home game.
Yeah, get it right.
Yeah, I said like an hour. I was thinking Edgewater, but
maybe the further part of Orlando.
Way in traffic, all the traffic.
It's traffic jam.
On the 4 can be rough.
Oh, pick it up.
I'm sure all of his friends and family perked up to the end of the seat. Got the Twitter thumbs going right there. My apologies. Here's CJ McCollum again.
Bang.
Three-pointer is
Jeez.
good. And how about the
Tied game.
Blazers?
40-40.
Short-handed and all, putting up a fight here in this first half. We're all tied at 40. Blazers would love nothing more than to extend this series. Howard is fouled on his way in. Pretty touch at the end.
And one.
A chance at
Dwight
lead
Howard.
for Dwight Howard.
When you dribble handoff consistently to the big fella, then you can fake it. So you see Simons thought that he was going to dribble handoff. He faked it. Whiteside expected it as well. And that's why you want to be consistent with plays so that you can actually give the counter to that play when time demands for it.
I think as the playoffs continue, if the Lakers do advance, you know what you're going to get from LeBron and Anthony Davis. Kuzma's that wild card, but really the combination of McGee and Howard becomes in more focus with each round as long as they're moving on.
And I think they'll get better with each round as long as they continue to focus on defense. So tough to score inside, so tough
Good free
to get
throw.
rebounds and finish your defensive play. And by the way, if they keep getting second chance points for their teams, it'll be tough to stop.
Well, think of it as a tandem center position. They're averaging together 17
Oh,
points, 14
Melo
points.
for three. Bang.
6 minutes is
Look at
Carmelo Anthony hits a three.
Good play.
It has to keep running the pick and roll. You have to get space for Melo. He's not the same Melo. He can't get his own space. Just give him a little bit. He can knock it down.
6 of 9 from behind the arc. The Blazers.
Cole Kuzma. Oh,
Can't get it to
rebound
him.
one.
Simons rips it down. He wants to move it. Pushes it up ahead. Trent finding
Oh,
McCollum and
good
Kuzma.
play.
With a nice
Good
defensive
hustle.
play. Spoiling a Portland break. Here's
Cole Kuzma, nice.
all the way
Work.
in.
Follow the big fella. Follow the offensive lineman to the hole. That's been the theme tonight. Big fella's clearing the way, running for the
45 Lakers.
Story, Alex
Portland
Caruso
43.
Continues to develop, getting his chance in the playoffs for the first time. That one's going the other way. Offensive foul.
Look at this hustle and save. And this is why you love Kuzma. You want him to be able to relax and just play without thinking. And you know what that play leads to? Yeah, clear the lane, big fella. Kuzma, clear the lane. Caruso has the rest.
By the way, that was the third foul on Whiteside.
That's on what side? It fell.
Yeah, a dislocated finger comes back to play. He's got 3 fouls now. And the Blazers have to put Nurkic back on the floor. Maybe
Good
a little
watch
earlier
shoot.
than Terry Stotts had hoped. Lakers by 2.
Go.
Oh, that's
Yes.
inside Howard with the
Easy
two-handed
dunk.
jam.
But I'm
I want to see if the Blazers recognize or the Lakers recognize that they have a mismatch. Melo is checking AD. No one else on the Lakers should touch the ball. the next few
36%.
possessions. Get it to your best player on the post.
How about that rebound by Howard, by the way? Didn't have position, still got it. Now Caldwell Pope missing badly. Carmelo with another rebound. And he shakes Anthony
Oh.
Davis. Oh, vintage
Bang. Look
Melo
at
right there.
Yeah, that's what we need a lot tonight. This is
Is it timeout Lakers?
20 shots.
Pretty
a
sure it
game.
is.
The braids.
But
the
well played.
hood.
Good
That's
crossover.
when he played in New York. He's trying to bring it back alive now.
Timeout Lakers.
The NFL is back on ESPN. And we know you've never been more ready for football. And we start off in a big way. The Super Bowl champion Chiefs, led by Patrick Mahomes, face Deshaun Watson and the Texans. Let's get this started. Texans, Chiefs, ESPN. We've never been more ready for football. In the octagon, nobody hits like a heavyweight. September sees the return of one of the most decorated fighters in MMA history, Alistair Overeem, as he engages one of his most promising strikers, Alberto Sakai. With this much power, the night can end with just one punch. UFC Fight Night, Overeem versus Sakai. Next Sunday on ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN app. mission. 60 meters out, I kicked that punch ball so hard it split like an old shoe. That's right, a 7-pointer to win the match. There's your trophy.
JT, Simon, you ready? What's up, Q? What's up, fellas? We got 400 kids. Yes, sir. Every time. Oh, you think we beat me if PGA Georgia get you second to the course, Bob? You. This is where the work pros make the money. Guy here. Oh, yeah. Ow. This is a real ball. You like that? Play.
Life is a lot. It's frustrating, awkward, scary, embarrassing, weird, stressful, and complicated. Exactly what AHM isn't. Because when you're sweating the big stuff in life, the last thing you want to worry about is health insurance. AHM, the simple bit.
In my job, I demand a lot from my tools, and the same goes for my beard. And the right tool for my beard straightens and brushes in one go. It's the best there is.
Tame your mane with the Wall Heated Beard Straightening Brush, available only at Shaver Shop.
Give me a rap. Funny how you show it.
Time for the Limelight presented by Corona Extra. How about the scoring here in the bubble playoffs? The most since 1984. 84 was the year they expanded the playoff to its current state of 16 teams at 113.4 points per game on average. Second most NBA playoff entries since 1984. What gives with that, do you think? Any ideas?
Yeah, when I think of 84, 85, 86, 87, for some reason I think about the Denver Nuggets and how they used to score. But I think the bubble is the great equalizer. I think it is less of that kind of tangible momentum. You don't have the on your back. The younger players have the scoring. And by the way, the game has evolved, and these players are really...
Carmelo for three. Bang.
Ooh, and speaking of evolved, Carmelo Anthony's game evolving into the new
Damn.
game. He's hit another three. Man, he's off to a great start. It's a little
He's killing
vintage. It's a little new Mello. They were calling him Bubble Mello here during
Go
the summer
Pope.
games. He's played so great.
Oh, rebound by Dwight. Danny Green. Oh,
And
he's
there's
doing-
Nurkic with the rebound.
Yeah,
He's
I
been
forgot
playing
about
terrible.
Scully Mello. Remember when he wasn't playing in the league and couldn't find a job? That's when he would just wear his big skull hat in the gym and sweat it out. So don't forget Scully Mello.
Blazers with the lead and a runner by C.J. McCollum. They'll add to their lead.
C.J.
They're up
McCollum.
3, 6.5 to go here in this second quarter. This is a surprising start for these shorthanded Portland Trailblazers. It's a 16-7 run right now. C.J. McCollum has 17 in the game.
This is when you cut. This is when you move. Let the big fella be your point guard.
Bang.
Post.
Danny Green.
Danny Green,
Looked like
finally.
Anthony Davis took a finger in the eye. Green hits a three-pointer. All time 50 as we approach the 6-minute mark. Quick release by McCollum.
Oh.
And that bounces off the clock on top of the backboard. It'll be Laker ball.
How about the three-point field goals? We talk about how the game has evolved. Well, it's really evolved behind this three-point line. The shooting, being able to shoot off of the dribble, the screens, and how about that? The pop back by Melo. All these shooters need is a little bit of space. That's why you want to make sure you try to throw them off their rhythm and make them uncomfortable. Not working right now with the hot shooting Blazers.
Blazers are 7 for 11 from behind the arc. McCollum has 3. Carmelo has a couple, as does Simons. Davis misses a 3. Now it's Trent on the move. Trent will pull up the three-pointer, and he'll hit it. Another made 3 for the Blazers.
Yikes.
8 of 12 now. And back
Gary
on
Trent
top goes
Jr.
Portland.
Smashing.
LeBron back on the floor. Cross court to Caldwell Pope. James, he made a couple of long threes in game 4. Touch
Whoa.
pass inside.
Oh.
Howard can't get it to go.
That's
Blazers by
costly.
3 with a chance to add to it.
Let's go.
McCollum's got 17.
well played.
Leads
All
it for
good.
Nurkic.
Oh.
Able to secure it and scores at the rim. Almost a turnover,
Okay.
but Nurkic able to keep control. Just his second made field goal of the night. He's been quiet. Nurkic coming off a big game in game 4. 20 points, 13 rebounds.
Go for it.
Right now, Portland is in a zone, and I tell you what, some other teams are going to look, and they're going to have to zone
Oh,
to stop
sorry,
the
foul,
penetration of LeBron and the height of the big fellas inside.
Nice swipe down on the steal.
Oh,
It's
no.
in the hands of Ford.
Oh.
Now it's Trent. And Trent can't get it to go. Blazers calling for a foul.
Almost
there
a
on their
foul.
bench. Or check screen. And now LeBron working off the screen from Davis. A little two-man game here. LeBron hesitates. Now he goes, and LeBron scores
stuff
at the
for
rim.
LeBron.
They just don't have an answer for LeBron James inside.
And the
4
great
minutes.
block, chop block
4 minutes
by-
left.
By one of the big fellas
Oh,
clearing the way for
Melo.
the That's what AD did that last play.
Smash.
Hey, y'all want to see some workout, Melo? But he's working it out tonight.
It just brings a smile to my face.
I love
He
the
just-
NBA.
LeBron right there. And they're great friends, too. Competing hard against one another in this
Go.
series.
Oh,
Down in the corner, KCP. And
have a
now
shot.
LeBron
That's
for
in.
three.
Bang.
True.
Shot.
LeBron James. That's his first made three of the night. He's got 17 points in this first half. Carmelo
CJ
with 14
McCollum,
points.
21.
Look at that comparison. I think Davis got a hand on it, but it still falls for McCollum.
23 now.
So smooth to see.
Camelo, 14. Gary Trent, 8. Yusuf Nurkic, 4. Hassan Whiteside,
Now
8.
backing his way in, and a foul.
So,
Jalen Ford with the foul.
LeBron,
Singularly
17.
On-court experience with the
Hope,
Oculus
5.
front row
Anthony,
view and
10.
rail cam.
JaVale McGee,
Showing you
2.
how
Denny
Carmelo
Green,
and
3.
down back to
Caruso,
a
4.
decade or so.
Kuzma,
Carmelo
4.
with 14.
Dwight,
CJ
5.
McCollum leads the Blazers with 21. The Blazers with a
Timeout.
4-point lead.
Timeout Lakers.
I missed you guys. I called this meeting to let you know it's a whole new game. You can stay as connected as ever on the
Is that
NBA
Brook
app.
Lopez?
You can feel right at home as you watch live games with new alternate streams. You can chat with friends, show off your skills, in-app trivia. Sounds great, right? Any questions? Download the NBA app today. I think you might be muted.
No, I forgot to order dessert. We could just have this.
I think we can do better than that.
Nice.
Try it with Bailey's original Irish cream.
I'll be right back.
Oh, go on then.
This ESPN telecast is brought to you by Hungry Jack's Flamin' Grilled Big Jack Burger.
Give us Sunday Night Baseball all season on ESPN. We rise together, this generation and the next, on the court and in the streets, for your city and for your team. For everything it took to get to this moment, we rise together. Because together, we can win it all. The NBA playoffs, tomorrow, live on ESPN.
Judge.
Two teams, one city. Hard Knocks Los Angeles, Episode 3. Tonight on ESPN.
It's where you never shy away from a challenge. It's where you test your resilience and make your mark. It's where legends make lasting statements. It's the unrelenting spirit you'll only find here. It's the US Open.
The road to the Octagon is built on sacrifice and redemption.
Speak to me now. I'm bringing out. Hey,
No one knows this better than UFC President Dana White. In this exclusive limited series, he has picked the best amateur talent and gives them a shot at UFC stardom. Dana White Contender Series on ESPN.
back in Orlando. We flash you back to Game 4 last Monday in the third quarter, where Damian Lillard, who was already playing through a dislocated finger, appears to injure his knee on this play, non-contact injury. He would leave the game, have multiple MRIs here on campus, and ultimately the organization deciding that it would be best for Damian Lillard to go home. And for some more context, guys, on why Lillard decided to leave the bubble, while there are plenty of doctors here on campus, both employed by the Blazers and by the NBA, the specific orthopedic surgeon that the Blazers work with is not here. So the team wanted him to meet with them, and that's exactly why he left, guys.
All right, good reporting there, Jared. Thank you for that. And without Damian Lillard, the Blazers have stepped up and delivered as Nurkic scores after him. One more injury update, if you don't mind, Jared. I'd love to hear your reporting on Rondo. Rajon Rondo still has not played yet for the Lakers. What's his status at this point?
Yeah, crazy situation for Rondo. Just to refresh everybody, he had the hand injury, which required surgery. He was ready to return from that a couple of days ago, but then started warming up on the court prior to Game 3.
LeBron, Yusuf Nurkic, the 3, bang.
The positive step is what they're calling it now.
We're down.
Before the game that
Down by 7.
Able to practice yesterday with the team when they did some 5-on-5 scrimmages. However, not going to be active just yet for tonight.
Could be a huge story.
64-59.
If in fact they do advance. And they are in a closeout game tonight, but they're getting all they want from the Portland Trailblazers. Trent kicks it to Melo. He'll fire up another 3, and another one is down. Carmelo.
What are we doing?
3 for 3 from behind the arc. He's got 17 now, C-Web.
I tell you what, he's going back in his bag, and that's what you want to see. And speaking of going back in his bag, when LeBron plays like this,
61-67.
Attacking, no one can stop him, and that's why you just hope he's as aggressive.
Need AD to score a little bit more.
Well.
We're the McCollum and Melo show right now, minus Damian Lillard. Here's Melo again, and that was blocked. Excellent defensive play by Danny Green. A whole new game meets a whole new experience with Michelob Ultra. Tweet hashtag Ultra Courtside with hashtag sweepstakes for a chance to win tickets. The father of Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis Sr., how you doing, sir? Great to have you with us in the virtual crowd tonight. Carmelo, aggressive, and he's fouled. Free throws coming for Carmelo Anthony.
Can't say enough about veteran players that can figure out a way. So when I say things like get AD the ball and keep it simple, LeBron is out the game, that's the same type of mentality that Melo has, knowing that now he has the opportunity to do it one-on-one. He's been passing the ball, trying to get these other guys involved, but when he's hatching in that Melo spot on both wings, not just the open threes, he knows he has an advantage as a veteran, especially with his pump fake.
A reminder, the NBA playoffs on TNT is brought to you by Telluride Nightfall Edition from Kia, official automotive partner of the NBA. And by Auto Trader, the only one with Kelly Blue Book. Finally, it's easy. Carmelo Anthony knocks the second free throw down. He's got 14 in the quarter. He's got 18 for the game.
Again, shout out to Anthony Davis' father. It's such a strong part of his life. Remember, Anthony Davis was a point guard in high school.
LeBron's open.
That his father was just as surprised by his growth spurt as AD was, looking like twins right there.
Yeah, proud papa right there. And he should be. Davis finished runner-up. Defensive Player of the Year, the Kia Defensive Player of the Year, won by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Davis certainly made his claim for that. Davis
well played, yes.
LeBron was patient.
What we need.
And a bounce pass right into the pocket. Easy 2 points for Anthony Davis.
That was not the play.
Oh, get on him, get on him. Oh, Yusuf
Nurkic can't get the bounce. Davis with a rebound. He'll push it.
Go, AD.
Anthony Davis. A stumble. A
yes.
Kuzma
Oh.
can't finish it.
Go.
Kuzma tries to get no. And finally, it's McCollum.
Yeah, no opportunity.
Portland gets back into some type of screen and roll game or get an ISO with Melo. Portland has to keep on going to what works for him. Not the time right now to go roll and try something else.
Oh.
Coming to the close of the second quarter. McCollum
grab it. Oh. Go. Good turnover. Go.
Lakers take it right back. LeBron with his head up. Probing behind the back.
Well played.
Davis to Howard.
Yes.
Man, do I love big to big passing. That's something that the bigs on defense aren't
we nearly had the
used to.
ball.
When one big catches the ball, the other one usually
Even if we're
relaxes,
down by
gets in
1 or
rebound
2,
position.
that's
Great
fine.
find by AD.
Oh,
Davis has 3 assists in this game. That was halfway down for Trent. Chance at the last shot for the Lakers here. Shot clock is off. Lakers down 3. A spirited battle here
Screen.
in Game 5. Give all the credit to the Blazers for coming and playing hard from the jump.
so foul.
LeBron will go to the line.
Even if we're down by 1, that's fine.
Let's get a look at some of those assists you're talking about here, Chris.
This wasn't a play. He just really made eye contact with AD, and that's the genius of LeBron.
Oh, nearly.
Passing becomes contagious on teams where you have your best player. Whenever
So
your
foul.
best player loves to pass, everybody else has to follow suit.
LeBron put up the final shot.
Bang!
Down to tie it at 68. And that'll take us
Let's
to the
go.
half. LeBron
Wow, LeBron.
James, 24 points, 5 assists.
Come on, Lakers.
CJ McCollum
Lakers jumper
going
on.
off for the Blazers in the first half as well. Got a good one going here in Game 5. The top
It's been
seeded
a
Lakers, the eighth
really
seeded
good game by both
Blazers.
sides.
You're watching the NBA playoffs on TNT.
Doing great. Spinning great. See what else is on.
Favorite in this matchup against the former champion.
Overeem versus Savant. Next Sunday on ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN app.
This is the US Open.
Alrighty. It's been a pretty good game so far. I'll just read the stats out. Been a really good game. Let's have a look. Rockets lead OKC 3-2. Lakers at the moment 3-1. Obviously. Bucks win 4-1. Clippers lead 3-2 against the Mavericks. Jazz 3-2 against the Nuggets. It's been a very good game. Just put it back on. There we go.
The right tool for my beard straightens and brushes in one go. It's the best there is.
What's up?
Same you, mate. With a wall heated beard straightening brush. Available only at Shaver Shop.
18, 12, 3, 3. LeBron 24, 1, 5. Those two are just dominating.
Full tasty. Put it on. Oak. You're hungry, thirsty bread.
39 points between Carmelo and CJ. So they're dominating.
It's that kind of place. And every patchwork of tracks, holes, pools, stadiums, and fairy tale endings stitched together by undying belief.
Heroes, the man who was conquered the perfect right for Lumo.
So long may we play.
Think of the people who need your support.
Feel free to leave a comment.
NFL is back on ESPN, and we know you've never been more ready for football. Let's get this started. The NFL on ESPN, ready for football.
for NBA memorabilia.
Over the last game and a half, LeBron James is 20 for 25 from the floor. He's got 24
68
points in the first half.
apiece, so it's a pretty good game.
The game is tied. No Damian Lillard for Portland, but absolutely no give up in those Blazers. We welcome you to the American Express halftime report. Ernie Johnson with Kenny and Shaq and Charles from Studio J in Atlanta. What was that?
It's funny. You asked me before the game if Portland had a chance. I said, well, the Lakers don't play. And the Lakers aren't playing. They're just like a scrimmage. And I tell you, though, if you screw around and they got two guys who can score like McCollum and Carmelo, anything can happen. But to give up 70 points to this team without Dame Lillard, they only giving up 100. And this team without their best players got 70.
Speaking of Melo and CJ,
Melo has been
they
born.
are part of the teammates, the American Express teammates, and looking at combos, McCollum and Melo combining for 39, three more than LeBron and AD have combined for on the
They've only missed 10 shots
this
this one.
close out game for the Lakers, but it's all tied up at 68. Let's start with the big fella. You got the Portland side.
Yeah, everybody in the world looked at the Lakers will win the series, can win the series. But Portland had two guys that said, we ain't going nowhere. Roll the tape. I'm happy to do McCollum has a broken back, but I said, I said, he's manning up today. He's playing hard. He said, look, I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, y'all up 3-1, my boy Damon here. You know what that means for me? 4 shots. And this guy right here, we all know what he can do. Legend, future Hall of Famer. Look, he's feeling good. He's got insurance he has. General. Oh, for a great low rate, you can get online. You go to the general and take some time. Already they said they ain't going nowhere. So the Lakers will have to really beat these guys, especially now in the second half. Now they got
It's going to be a good second half, hopefully.
You need to wager Papa John's reference in here, too?
That's what I said. Thank you, Randy.
I just want to know, though, Jack, honestly, what he ate for breakfast. What kind of cereal?
Oh, Frosted Flakes.
Great. That's the Grand Slam. That is 4 promotional mentions in one halftime show. And you're talking about game plan.
Aaron 20 minutes is pretty cool.
I know game plan was going to have you run on, Chuck. Come on, Chuck. I got to get a playoff shape.
Now, you talk about a game plan and you say, well, let's see if it works or not. We have to change. We can't do the same thing. LeBron James has been going through the lane and just going through and really dissecting the defense, dissecting the defense. So they say, you know what we're going to do? Instead of dissecting the defense, freeze it right here. We're going to go into a 2-1-2 zone. So instead of 2-3, where Nurkic would be back here, if he gets by here, by the guard, it's too much. But if I put him up in here in a 2-1-2, all of a sudden now the help is there a little earlier. Almost the same type of wall or kind of wall that they built for Giannis. And you say, well, it might not work there, but look at the shot clock going down, shorten the possessions. They have better players. We have to make sure the game is a little shorter. So even when he makes this shot, we win because they moved the ball, they took time off the clock, and the best player in the world isn't getting to the basket, and he's becoming a scorer and not a facilitator.
You know, Ernie, one of the reasons I picked the Trailblazers series, I don't trust Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. He's 2 for 6, and Kyle Kuzma, he's 2 for 8. We know LeBron and AD don't do their thing. This is one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the NBA. Like, I just don't think they can win 4 series and those guys being that inconsistent.
68% shooting, 68 points on 56% shooting. But where is the defensive intensity?
Okay, you know, they're playing okay, but this is a close-out game. Like I said earlier, you got to put your foot on the back. Shouldn't be this close. They should be up 15 points. Yeah, but I don't want to rely on the second half. Put their foot in there, put this team away. Let's get on to the next series. If you can't take them out. And I just pray and hope that CJ and Carmelo, one of those guys, don't get hot.
Portland with 9 players available tonight, but
you only need 5, Ernie.
At a time, for sure, 68. Shaq has made $50 million from one. That's what we're all about.
Thank you.
You're watching the American Express halftime report. Now is the time to shop small and support the places you love.
place. An epic patchwork of tracks, ovals, pools, stadiums, and fairy tale endings stitched together by undying belief.
Peter Roberts, the man who was coming to the perfect ride for Dr. Lumo.
So long may we play.
Think of the people who need your support. Gamble responsibly.
I'm Mick Tanning. After being on a professional surfing tour for 14 years, I had the encounter with the Great White.
Splash. Oh, that's push.
I was the head truth. So I'm going to go out on this quest and understand what's really going on with sharks. From his hometown of Ballina to the tropics of the Bahamas, Mick Fanning is getting back in the water to face his fears and better understand these apex predators.
Eventually, I would like to get you in the water with a shark as big, if not bigger, than the one you encountered.
Of the 1,200 species that we have, over a quarter of them are now threatened with extinction.
With knowledge comes the willingness to protect the species.
A brand new two-part Australian series.
Hello.
Sailfish Shark, Tuesday, September 15th on National Geographic.
What's up, you?
Who's gonna win from here?
Yes, sir.
Send to the course.
This is a real dog like that.
It's that kind of place. An epic patchwork of tracks, ovals, pools, stadiums, and fairy tale endings stitched together by undying belief.
Peter Roberts, the man who was coming to the perfect ride for Dr. Lumo.
So long may we play.
Think of the people who need your support. Gamble responsibly.
Third quarter nearly about to start. Next probably 5 minutes.
It's never shying away from a challenge. Listen, listen.
We're welcome back. What's happening on Twitter tonight?
Chuck it in the playoffs.
You're a funny guy, John. Hey, Dex, let me tell you something. I'll be ready in 2 weeks. Russell Westbrook ready today to make his first appearance of this series against OKC. They beat Van Exel. Dennis Schroeder, 18 points in the second quarter, 19 and a half. They're down to Houston, 48-45 at the break. And then Rockets go 19-2. Good night. Turnovers, man. And good luck. Bulldog, bunch of turnovers. All that was left was to have a couple of ejections. Nothing was nuts on it. As Dennis Schroeder, I believe we had the balls to do that. Got PJ Tucker, and then PJ Tucker with a headbutt, and they're both gone.
That's a stupid play of PJ Tucker.
14-80. George Hill telling reporters after the game he was in the hallway during the anthem because he was in the bathroom.
Giannis.
Antetokounmpo.
Dominating.
He got 22 in the first half because people were asking. No, I'm saying why did he have to? I just thought about it. But guys are kneeling, so shout out to the Orlando Magic. Way to battle, guys. What's up, boy? 24-7 run within 3, but just way too much Greek freak. Oh, 2017. Milwaukee is through to the Eastern Conference semis, where they will take on the only team in the East that had a.
So if the Lakers win, we'll be playing OKC or Houston.
Sudden death now in the towel fleet.
It'll be a good semi-final.
Yes! The Aussies got him a beauty! Australia has on you, Mr. Whitby! Chuck a wake in mine! Another make it look easy moment from Sportsman.
In my job, I demand a lot from my tools, and the same goes for my beard. And the right tool for my beard straightens and brushes in one go. It's the best there is.
That's
So
it,
am I, with a wall heated beard straightening brush, available only at Shaver Shop.
Our Prime Minister said that. It's that kind of place. An epic patchwork of tracks, ovals, schools, stadiums, and fairy tale endings stitched together by undying belief.
Peter Roberts, the man who was conquered the moon. Perfect right for Uncle Lumo.
So long may we play.
Think of the people who need your support. Gamble responsibly.
It's when you never shy away from a challenge. It's when you test your resilience and make your mark. It's where legends make lasting statements. It's the unrelenting spirit that only find here. It's the US Open.
We rise together for this generation and the next, on the court and in the streets, for your city and for your team. For everything it took to get to this moment, we rise together. Because together, we can win it all. The NBA playoffs, tomorrow, live on ESPN.
In the Octagon, nobody looks like a heavyweight. The night can end with just one fight. UFC Fight Night, Overeem versus Sakai. This is only on ESPN.
The game is on the line. What moves you? Goodyear, more driven. The arena on the campus of Walt Disney World Resort. We get ready for the second half.
Here we go,
here at
second half
16,
underway. Let's
16.
go.
Some inside track sound from both coaches.
Go pick it up down here. Pick it up. That's my hand. That's my hand. What do it? What do it? What do it? Come on, let's play Laker basketball, right? Survive the pain, play extra pass basketball, let the rich out the touchdown.
Boy, both teams competing hard in that first half. Portland really coming to play as Davis gets up the first basket of this second half. Let's catch up with Jared Greenberg. He had a chance to get some intel from the locker room at the half. What'd you find out there, Jared?
BA and that inside tracks. We heard Coach Vogel talking offense.
Oh, Yusuf Nurkic, three.
He says to me,
Rebound by
defense,
LeBron.
the game will turn out for us.
Thank you, Jared.
Oh, well played.
Lakers in a
Go, AD.
game
Shoot
trying to
that.
advance
That's
to the
it.
second round. Anthony Davis hits a three, and the
Up by
offense
5.
is clicking for the Lakers in half number 2.
Jared got the right intel because I tell you,
Good screen, bud.
53%, 66% from the 3-point line. And when you get easy
I'm a
layups
golden.
like that with
Yeah,
two
good shot.
7-footers in the paint, something is wrong with communication on the defensive end.
21 for CJ McCollum, 18 for Carmelo Anthony as Davis
That
is
is foul.
fouled.
AD fouled.
Anthony Davis will head to the line. Hassan Whiteside with 3 first half fouls and a dislocated finger.
Hassan Whiteside will have to sit out.
So he picks up number 4, does Whiteside. And a Portland team that is, which is 9 players on their active roster. Damian Lillard not with the Blazers, has left the bubble with that right knee injury.
70,
Zach Collins,
74.
no Wyndon Gabriel tonight, out with a quad injury. Let's take a look at tomorrow's ESPN TNT schedule. You got a doubleheader on ESPN. Celtics Raptors out of game 1 of the East Semis. Clippers Mavs, a closeout opportunity for the Clippers. And then right here tomorrow on TNT, Jazz Nuggets. Utah with a chance to close out Denver. That series is 3-2.
Gary
For that,
Trent
you
with the
can
balls. And
log on to NBA.com or visit the NBA app for more details. Whiteside, inside,
Hassan,
marked from behind by James.
Go block.
Lakers
Go AD,
on
go
five.
LeBron. Gotta shoot that.
They whistled. Boy, LeBron was upset about that.
Wait, what?
But that is a great foul right there by CJ McCollum. And look at this block. This is help side defense. With the man guard and you come over, you know he's already seen JaVale McGee in his vision. Great foul right there. And tell you what, Mark, you mentioned the games tomorrow.
On McCollum.
Toronto and Boston is a pick'em series. Both of those teams can play defense. I would not be surprised if the winner of that series went on to represent the East Coast in the finals.
I tell you, the Eastern
With
Conference
the
right
offensive
now.
rebound. Danny Green.
Advancing to the second round. The
needs to work
series
when
are
he's shooting
set
a
for
lot.
round 2. How about Miami, Milwaukee in the second round?
Let me say this about that series.
Melo
It's
Anthony.
not a cop-out. It's just that these teams are so good. I would
Gary
not
Trent.
be surprised to see the winner of that series
Melo.
represent the East
Got it.
in the finals.
Well, 16 teams started here in the playoffs, down to 12 now, could be down to 11 if the Lakers knock out the Blazers here tonight. But the Blazers keep on
they
coming
fell
back. They've had an answer all night tonight.
Turnover.
There's a turnover. McCollum on the run.
McCollum.
CJ finds Gary Trent Jr.
Gary
for three.
Trent.
No. And LeBron James
Rebound.
with the board.
Problem is when he gets the rebound, they are already into a secondary break, which is like a fast break, except you set up your offense, and that's why you don't
Foul
want
on who's that?
Westbrook, any of the guys that
Carmelo.
are really great ball handlers, getting the rebound and pushing it for their team.
This is pushed him. Oh, pace.
Foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his fourth. He and Whiteside with 4 apiece.
Oh, that's his.
And that's going to be a foul. And let's see who they get here. He's looking at Curtis Blair, looking at Hassan Whiteside. And wait till these fingers go up. This is a big one right here.
This could be his fifth.
Be on Nurkic.
Nurkic.
Nurkic wants Terry Stotts to look at this. He doesn't believe
Oh,
he
you got
fouled
it.
him.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, timeout.
Circle the bases, make that sign.
Light the lamp, they will have a coach's challenge right here. So they're going to
Coach's
challenge this foul on Nurkic.
It'll be overturned
And
because he never touched
Davis
him.
will go to the monitor. We'll take a timeout. Lakers by 3.
Been a decent game so far.
You think you can beat me at PGA Georgia? Let's take it to the court spot. This is where the real pros make their money.
Can't wait for 2K21. It's gonna be so much fun to play.
With AHM Flexi Limit, you can use your included extras how you want, like more general dental or Kyra, because you should be able to choose more of what you want. Join direct at ahm.com.au today. AHM, the simple bit.
In my job, I demand a lot from my tools, and the same goes for my beard. And the right tool for my beard straightens and brushes in one go.
Might need one,
It's the
I
best there is.
Time you may with the Wall Heated Beard Straightening Brush, available only at Shaver Shop.
It's when you never shy away from a challenge. It's when you test your resilience and make your mark. It's when legends make lasting statements.
Who's gonna win from here, do you reckon?
It's the unrelenting spirit you'll only find here. It's the US Open.
In the Octagon, nobody hits like a heavyweight. September sees the return of one of the most decorated fighters in MMA history, Alistair Overeem, as he engages one of his most promising strikers, Alberto Sakai. With goosebumps power, the night can end with just one punch. UFC Fight Night, Overeem versus Sakai. Next to late ESPN and streaming live on the
What are the goals going to be? It's going to be a foul
The
or a
road to
10.
the octagon is built on sacrifice and redemption.
Speak to me now. I'm bringing out. Hey,
No one knows this better than UFC president Dana White. In this exclusive limited series, he has picked the best amateur talent and keeps them
Down.
in the series on ESPN.
All right, let's do some housekeeping here. Hassan Whiteside is on the bench. He has 5 fouls now.
Oh, wow, he's got 5.
To go back to the original call, the official Curtis Blair
Oh, yeah, that's
popped the
foul.
whistle and called this foul on Nurkic. Then Mark Davis came in and said it was on Whiteside. The call
Yeah,
was
that's a foul.
challenged by Terry Stotts, Chris. They go look at it, and the challenge was unsuccessful. So Hassan Whiteside has 5 fouls now.
And if it was originally called on Whiteside, that is a good call because he extended his arm. But I'm like you, I thought that it was a call on Nurkic. But hey, right now, small ball is going to have to prevail. But if you're the Lakers, you understand not one shot blocker in the game, not one big fella in the game. Nurkic is big, but he's not a big fella like your centers. You need to attack inside.
Yeah, and LeBron got
So
the
the
ball.
Lakers by 3, and the shorthanded Blazers now with foul trouble with Whiteside and Carmelo Anthony. What a pass by LeBron James.
Oh, no. Oh, he's got it back. Yes.
Danny Green scores. I think Carmelo got poked in the eye. He was screaming, I got it, and then Green swiped it right out of his hands.
Well played.
Green just seems to come from anywhere. I mean, he's getting blocks. He always comes out the side of someone's rearview mirror. Never in the front of you, but you got to watch out for his hands.
5-point Laker lead.
Oh, here we go. McCollum.
And McCollum is fouled.
Fouled.
So think about this with CJ McCollum and Carmelo Anthony as you see this strip by Danny Green. It just took it from him. I mean, he was styling a little bit, Carmelo. He's got the whole thing, I got it. I mean, it's
Bit of a
going up
flop
on
there, all
Twitter,
right.
but I mean, secure the ball,
Yeah,
Melo.
you got to secure the ball.
He's having a great game. He and CJ McCollum have combined for 43 points. They combined for 34 in the entirety of Game 4. And make it 43 continues as CJ McCollum misses.
5 points,
Hey,
8
get more
minutes
action
and
on
55
FanDuel. Look
seconds
for the
left.
final basket bonus during the NBA playoffs. FanDuel gives you more ways to win with sports betting, daily fantasy, and free-to-play games. Blazers' first 4 games of this series, they had 3 30-point quarters. They had a 30-point quarter in the first and the second. And that's why they're hanging in there right now. Only down 4. Caldwell Pope misses the layup.
Oh,
Went to the left hand and blew a tire on his way up. Mellow now. Danny Green.
Mellow.
between
Oh,
the legs,
well
gets up
played.
in the air.
Oh.
Count it. Redemption for Carmelo Anthony.
oh no.
I know when I said in the beginning of
Bugger.
the game, I already know how Twitter fingers are. Oh my God, Melo can't go back in his bag. He can't. Well, I'm telling you, as an NBA veteran, just because
Danny
the
Green
guy
with
has
the
old
foul.
legs doesn't mean he can't get spry for one game. And he knows. what
75,
he's doing. He doesn't
77.
want to go home. He wasn't playing half of this season. He wants to stay on the floor as long as he can. But look for the Lakers to start doubling him and get the ball out of his hands.
So impressive. What he's
76 to 77. Lakers lead.
Carmelo Anthony with 23 points now.
So, Carmelo with 23. Too. He's done really well.
In the game.
How about being efficient? 8 for 12. We usually used to see him maybe not have the greatest field
Shoot
goal
that.
percentage
That's
right
in,
now.
surely.
Shoot
Yes.
the lights out just like that.
Big shot by Contavious Caldwell Pope. That
Contavious
corner three
Pope.
ball. And the Lakers stretch it to 4. Here's McCollum with Green on his back. Little hesitation.
Aw.
Fires it to Nurkic. Takes the bounce. Wide open.
Oh, he's
Misses
missed.
the three. Had too much time.
He had so much time on his hands.
Davis running the break. Davis between the legs. He goes to the hole and he is fouled.
Fouled.
Big bodies on the floor with JaVale McGee and Anthony Davis. Foul on Jalen Horde. So Davis with 19 tonight. He's played 23 minutes. Made all 3 of his free throws at this point.
Davis 9.
Very
That's
high
all right.
scoring game here.
Oh, he's
And
missed
Davis
that.
comes up short. A whole new game meets a whole new
Terrible free
experience
throw.
with Michelob Ultra. Tweet hashtag Ultra Courtside with hashtag sweepstakes for a chance to win tickets. Say hi to all the virtual fans. Fist pump to you all. Good that you're here tonight. We miss the fans. I know the players miss the fans desperately, the energy that all you guys bring to the arenas. But the virtual fans have been quite an experience as well. You never know who's going to show up in the crowd. Anthony Davis Sr. in there
Nurkic
tonight,
has
watching
the
his son
ball.
play.
Gary Trent.
Here's Trent, little side step.
Oh.
James with the rebound.
All right. Ron has the ball.
LeBron pulling Nurkic out with him. Directing traffic.
Go.
Spreads the floor. Here goes LeBron. Featuring coming, kicks it.
AD for 3. Bang. Nice.
It was all in front of LeBron James before it happened.
Good shot.
And it was executed perfectly. LeBron.
Oh.
He's got 23 points. He's
Oh.
got another assist. He's got
Good
6
turnover.
fouls.
Go.
It's a takeaway by Green.
Shoot that. That's in. Surely. Yes.
Going down for the Lakers.
Timeout.
Timeout. Terry Stotts.
87 to 76.
10-0 run for the Lakers. Now up 11 in a closeout game 5.
6:55 left.
Sammy, you ready? What's up, Q? What's up, fellas? We got more than kids. Yes, sir. Every time it's your You think you beat me and PGA Church Kitchen? Send it to the course. You, swear with her girls named the Lion Girls. Oh, yeah. Ow, this isn't real golf. You like that?
It's when you never shy away from a challenge. It's when you test your resilience and make your mark. It's when legends make lasting statements. It's the unrelenting spirit we always bring here.
US Open starts September 1st.
The NFL is back on ESPN.
Starts in a couple of days.
We know you've never been more ready for football. And we start off with a big win. The Super Bowl Chiefs. Led by Patrick Mahomes. Face Deshaun Watson and the Texans. Let's get this started. Texans, Chiefs, ESPN. We've never been more ready for football.
NFL might actually get more into NFL this year.
Teams, one city, Hard Knocks, Los Angeles, Episode 3. Tonight on ESPN.
Give us baseball. Give us the first pitch and the best sluggers in the game. Give us Sunday Night Baseball all season on ESPN.
In the octagon, nobody hits like a heavyweight. September sees the return of one of the most decorated fighters in MMA history, Alistair Overeem, as he engages one of Brazil's most promising strikers, Augusto Sakai.
You'll see. Cool.
The night can end with just one punch. UFC Fight Night, Overeem versus Sakai. Next Sunday on ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN app.
The chase for the Stanley Cup is on. The playoffs are underway in the hub cities of Edmonton and Toronto, where the NHL's elite will battle to determine who's the best of the best. 2 cities, 2 conferences, only one Stanley Cup. Who will reach the crown? Golden Knights, Canucks, tomorrow on ESPN2.
Well, LeBron James and other prominent black athletes and entertainers started More Than a Vote, an organization aimed at countering voter suppression and protecting African Americans' voting rights. Great job, LeBron James. So many like him contributing to that cause.
Shout out to the owners too, Jenny Buss and
Yeah.
others. I know for allowing people to use their facilities. I know Detroit, Atlanta, Cleveland. Just
Kamala
just a
has
great
the
job,
ball.
everyone.
Opening up
To
voting
Yusuf
centers
Nurkic,
across the
back to
league,
Malo.
those who
Good
control
shot.
the arenas and their
Oh.
facilities.
Just missed.
Coming out
And
of timeout, Melo comes up empty, and it's out of bounds off of the Lakers. It'll stay on this side of the floor with Portland.
Tell you what, it looks like AD knocked it out on this play. Let's see. Yeah, I
Ooh.
think so. And right now is
Hey.
nervous time.
Yeah.
Right now is when you have to make sure, if you're Portland, you do not let this Laker team keep getting up because the game will be over.
Step back
It does happen
or
that quickly because they're
LeBron,
like sharks
rebound.
in the water. You know when they smell, they attack that much more.
Yeah.
They're on a 10-0 run right now. LeBron James rolling Nurkic out. Now he's getting the play organized. And he'll
Step
step back
back.
to 3 this time.
Bang.
Parries the triple over
90, 76.
And
14.
AD sized the big
Good
fella
lead.
Nurkic up. The reason why he stepped back on that because every other time he gave Nurkic a hand fake
They ain't
and
a run.
the basket, laying it up over him. This time Nurkic is trying to anticipate him driving, step back, bang.
13-0 run here in the third quarter for the Lakers. And that's a whistle.
Something near. Is it a foul?
And look at this. Nurkic is doing the best he can. Remember, Nurkic is a power forward. Oh, coach, you're supposed to anticipate the move. He did that, except LeBron anticipated his defensive move, countered that step back.
Foul on the Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
Third
27 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists for LeBron.
Close
Awesome.
out game for the Lakers, trying to put Portland away. Good rebound.
Back
there.
rebound,
Ford
offensive
goes up
rebound.
strong. No, Nurkic gets
Another offensive rebound.
And
And
finally a whistle. Loose ball foul.
with ball.
And that'll be on the Lakers.
How did Horde
So
get
Portland-
that call in the midst of 4 Laker jerseys? I'm just giving him credit. I mean, he had 4 guys, 2 7-footers, including McGee and AD around him, just going up. And that's all you can guarantee is your heart and your work ethic in these games. Look at him.
Damn.
Where is he? Can you see him?
Good call.
Oh, man.
I mean, he's getting what a bonus here. 2-way player this year. He's out of Wake Forest. He was undrafted.
Oh.
He's getting playoff minutes as McCollum.
McCollum fouled.
3-pointer.
I used to hate that. You see what he just did? You little guard, you. What a great play. But look, after the play, he pats McGee on the butt twice, saying, yeah, that's what weak little guards do to you. Keeps that elbow out, and then he kind of just pats him on the butt like, oh, yeah, good job. Don't worry about it. One more time.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Stinger.
one more time. 50.
I'll get you now, and I'll get you
Damn.
again.
It was almost probably lucky to be a foul, to be honest. But
24 points. Got
Thomas, 3 free throws.
tonight. 3 for 4 at the line in this one. Make it 4 out of 5 for CJ McCollum. Tonight from the bubble in Orlando, the NBA playoffs on TNT, brought to you by Burger King. Mix and match 2 of your Burger King favorites for just $5. CJ McCollum hits the free throws, 90-78, 12-point Laker lead. Approaching the 5.5-minute mark of this third quarter was a 13-0 Laker run. They were on an 11-0 run in the first half.
here we go.
Only 2 ball handlers for the Lakers out here on this rotation, so you have to make
Yeah.
sure you hug the corners.
JaVale McGee.
And he traveled with it.
That's exactly how you play. When you only have 2 ball handlers, you
Turnover.
put stuff on everyone else and you
Trouble.
force them to make a play. Try to keep it out of LeBron and Caldwell Pope's hands.
We know Rajon Rondo. Frank Vogel's been
Yusuf
calling on his
Nurkic
hard-
gets
a
fouled.
foul, a hard foul on McGee as Nurkic was winding it up out of the back of the head. Third foul on JaVale McGee.
This is another counter right here. Look how he gets the ball. He looked to the left. Great
Yeah,
move right
that's a
there.
foul.
Maybe a better foul because that was about to be a poster right there by Nurkic.
So
Where's
Nurkic
Yusuf Nurkic from?
At the line,
Wonder.
20 and 13 in game 4, and the double figures now. I got a chance at another double-double. Great comeback for Nurkic. 2 Marches ago, March of the prior
He's
season.
from
That gruesome
Bosnia.
leg injury, fibula and the tibia fractured. Long road back. Thought this year was a wash, but because of the shutdown, he was able to come back and be a part of this bubble playoff experience.
All hard.
Taps away from behind, forced to steal, and now
Oh, good time. Oh,
Kentavious Caldwell
well played.
runs it down. The
Good
Blazers
hustle.
get right back.
LeBron pulls the ball
Good ball
over
here. The
to
extra
Danny
pass
Green
Green.
and
And
misses.
it's Nurkic with a rebound.
Blazers fortunate at that time not to give up the 3.
Carmelo Anthony will put it on the deck.
Oh,
and he
well
turns
played.
it over.
Good hustle. And a foul
Lakers just
on Nurkic.
stifling defensively. They've given up a ton of points tonight, though.
LeBron James, he's done everything. The beautiful pass inside, keeping guys off their toes, giving guys easy buckets. And by the way, give me that. The block can just finish it off. With the 3, all the ways LeBron can impact the game.
And LeBron will sit. He exits 27 points in 24 minutes. He's got 7 assists, 6 rebounds as well.
5-minute break.
And the most playoff games played, climbing that list, tied with Robert
Damn.
Horry. Big shot Bob tonight. And hoping this extends where he could catch Tim Duncan. They have some blood on Anthony Davis. Lakers athletic trainer Nina Sai all over that. Cleaning it up. And while we have a moment, it's the last Dynamite before AEW's all-out pay-per-view event, and everyone is ready to explode, it says here, Chris. It's hard-hitting, high-flying professional wrestling at its best. AEW on TNT. You can watch that Wednesday night Dynamite, 8 p.m. Eastern.
You know how many whoopings I got growing up? DDT and my brothers in the living room.
Yeah. who was your guy?
Oh, yeah.
AJ.
Man. Randy Savage, yeah.
91-79.
Those were the days, boy.
Carmelo Anthony will sit. And Davis another free throw. Shout out to our buddy Ric Flair. We saw him in LA at a Laker game last year.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. With his gators on.
He did have his gators on. 92-79 our score. The Lakers in front, in control here in this third quarter. See if the Blazers have another push in them. Trying to survive in game 6. Davis
Where's that off?
disrupting Nurkic. That'll be
Davis.
Portland ball with 12 on the shot clock.
With Nurkic's skill set, when he's on the free throw line, he is such a great passer. Right now, his teammates are doing him a disservice by not cutting as hard as they should when he has the rock.
Yeah, bad pass. Caruso just taps that right to Kuzma. Turnover Portland.
Kuzma has the ball.
Lakers a chance to add to it now.
Oh, who's that off?
Nurkic hounding Anthony
Nurkic.
Davis. That's the thing about Nurkic watching
The
him
Lakers
play
have
the
the
ball.
ball.
Yeah, he was going to be prepared to
16
start
seconds.
training camp all seasons
19.
normal, but because of the shutdown, he looks energetic, athletic, spry, everything the Blazers hoped he would. Credit to him, just crushed his rehab. He did a great job, and he's back now. It's a big piece for the Blazers moving forward. Kuzma trying to draw the foul, hits the backboard.
Oh.
Now Hazonia on the break. Hazonia.
Oh, here we go. Oh,
To Trent.
Gary Trent nearly had it.
Nurkic will go to work. Markieff Morris on him. Nurkic pounds his way in. Puts it
And
up,
one.
and count the basket. Chance of a three-point play for Yusuf Nurkic.
81-92.
When you cut for the man with the ball. Look at that cut by CJ. What does the defense do? They don't know.
It's a
Right there.
pretty good
Nurkic
effort
taking
by
advantage.
Markieff Morris.
Jump hook
But
inside. And again, when you cut, look
Nurkic is
inside.
too big.
Caldwell Pope has to come in, and really what you want to do is just grab the attention of the defense, and maybe you'll have some looks weak side, maybe you won't, but you need that cutting to stay active so the defense just can't sit there and hone
12
in.
points, 9 rebounds for Nurkic.
That was the first Blazer field goal.
Now
in the last
13.
4.5 minutes. Turns into a three-point possession. 10-point game. Lakers with the lead under 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Here's Davis now. Hazonia's on him. Gives it right back. Markieff Morris.
Oh.
Davis is there.
Davis with the offensive rebound and bang. And one.
Anthony Davis with the lead block.
Melo came out and brought his old school game.
Nurkic
And
is
AD is saying, let me get physical, old school. You can pick him. Moses Malone, it doesn't matter. The King, Patrick Ewing, get your rebound. Don't pass it out. Go up and dunk on somebody.
Davis with 27 now matches LeBron James. He's got 15 in the quarter. As we check out Jared Greenberg.
Well, fellas, Frank Vogel, before the stoppage, we talked to him a couple hours before the game was supposed to be played on Wednesday. He was concerned that this could be a trap game for the Lakers without Damian Lillard. Winning 3 in a row coming into this game, he felt like Game 4 was the first time they played what he called Laker basketball. He said, when we trust the pass, selflessness, we are pretty tough to beat.
AD with the offensive rebound.
No question about that. And the Lakers.
Not offensive. Defensive
so
rebound.
Formidable
bad.
on both sides of the ball. Found their footing after
Oh,
game 1. Hezonja
well played.
all the way to the
Hezonja.
finish line. Scores a layup.
If you think about the Clippers and their wonderful defense, nice move.
Oh,
right there by
and
Caruso. They don't have a shot blocker, but they play defense by position. If you look at
Caruso
the
got
Lakers,
fouled and he's
they
going
have
to the
4
line.
shot blockers, including LeBron. 3 7-footers and 4 shot blockers, and the defense is their calling card. And when Coach Vogel told us that before the game the other day, that and getting an extra ball handler in for LeBron to play him off the ball were 2 of his main points. And when LA comes out in their defensive minded, it's so hard to beat.
Third best defensive rating in the NBA this year, the Lakers. Hey, basketball is back. It's a whole new game. Shop Bleacher Report's newest collection, celebrating the return of the NBA. It's available only at BleacherReportShop.com.
Caruso.
And out.
It's unlucky.
Laker lead. Blazers with the ball. 3 minutes to go in this third quarter. Lakers up 3-1 in this series after they lost game 1.
Oh,
They have
almost
bounced
at
back
it.
some resounding
It's
wins.
like Gary
couple
Trent.
big blowout wins. in
Turnover.
the last 3 games as well.
Kuzma, man, he's been playing defense tonight. That was all him, making sure he sat down and denied the entry pass turnover.
Wants to post up with Simons on him. Now the mismatch here. Now Kuzma
Here we go.
goes to work. Kuzma.
Oh,
is
and fouled. Cole Kuzma will go to the line.
Now Kuzma at 6'9". Certainly has that in his bag. He's been good for the Lakers. Their third best scorer. LeBron James put a lot on him, saying he is our wild card. He needs to be our third best scorer. Give us a shot off the bench. Still only 24 years of age. Just his third year out of Utah, by way of Flint, Michigan.
Hey, shout out to Flint. Flintstones.
How about this defense by Kuzma?
Oh, man, this is what I'm talking about. Look at him come off the screen. You have to. It's Trent Jr. He can shoot the ball. Look at him just staying in. Just keep with it. Your teammates will clean up the rest.
He's had a few possessions like that. Very active defensively as Kuzma tonight. That's a good sign for the Lakers. Tough shooting night tonight. He comes up short on the free throw.
I think per capita, Flint may have the most players to enter the league. It's a small city, and I can think of 6 players offhand from that city in the league.
The Flintstones.
Yeah.
Including the great Glenn Rice.
Yeah, no question. Hezonja.
Hezonja 3.
And Davis, did he step on the line? He did. That'll be Blazer ball. By the way, Whiteside back on the floor here. Whiteside playing with those 5 fouls. Dislocated his finger earlier, and he's still clutching at that left hand.
I might have to take that back.
Blazers have the ball.
Uh-oh, I should know better. I grew up in
Gary Trent.
I had to Google it.
Oh.
Commercial.
I
I think it was Flint Northwest. I'm going off the top of the dome. It's okay.
CJ McCollum.
Thumbs are at the ready. It's
Goes to the line for 3.
Shout out to Flint. Them out people.
2.
Mentions will be filling up fast.
See, and just see, somebody just told me Gary, Indiana, and see, I was about to
Got
say
it.
that. But that's my man, Glenn Robinson, but hey.
11-point lead.
Okay.
Los Angeles.
How about those numbers for CJ McCollum? He's hit half
27.
of his shots, 27 points.
And 50% from 3 and 50% from the field.
Damian Lillard.
It's pretty cool.
CJ
Big.
McCollum delivering In a big way.
It was Aaron in the truck that told me that. Too.
10-point lead. Oh.
I mean, he's the first one on Twitter.
He told me that
And a
too.
foul
It's
on.
his
Who is
Twitter
that?
so everybody could. But I think I'm right though. Maybe I should do it.
We got people for that, Chris. I mean,
yeah, but Aaron's not helping me in the truck. Now it's just silent.
we don't ask that you help Aaron. We just ask you don't hinder others.
You know what? And I was right. As you say that, he did go to Flint Northwestern. Shout out to my man, G Money, Good Rice.
So you were right the whole time. Don't doubt yourself.
See, this young generation, man. It's these young bucks, man. These young bucks, man. It's his fault.
AD.
Bus feels rolling over right now. All of our crew doing a great job. These guys are working, guys and gals are working double headers, and terrific effort by all of our technical crew here and our production crew in the truck. It's been an impressive run for everybody just to be together and be in the bubble, and our colleagues with ESPN. Been a lot of fun.
Oh, he's got it back.
CJ McCollum.
CJ McCollum got the offensive rebound.
9-point game.
Oh,
Bad pass
got LeBron.
What do you think's going through Jalen Hort's mind right now?
You gonna step back or?
And he's looking for AD.
Oh, AD
Good
turnover.
stand by the Blazers. Well, coming to the end of this third quarter, the Blazers making a little bit of a run. Hort's going to pull one up. He will. He goes to the bucket and
He's got
scores. Jalen Hort, strong finish.
Well, this is when you make a name for yourself in these playoffs. I'm just so impressed.
56 seconds left on the clock.
You find out so many different things about guys' personality, their competitive makeup, and Portland. I know they've been down, but man, they show a lot of heart.
Hort guarding LeBron James again. He'll pull it.
LeBron for three. Ah.
Simons with a board. Here come the Blazers now. Down 7. They
Rebound.
Close the gap. Lakers, remember,
The
at one point led
Blazers.
by 14. McCollum drives, hangs,
Oh, he's got it.
scores. CJ McCollum,
Damn.
strong finish. He's got 32 now.
This game is so smooth. I mean, the way that he handles the pressure, and you can never really force
20
him
seconds on the
to
clock.
get out of sorts. Always stay calm.
And you got 10
Again,
seconds
Hort
on
LeBron James. The switch.
AD for three. Bang.
Another hit for Anthony Davis.
8 points of difference. And there's 5 seconds.
Davis now up over 30 points. He's got 32. Shot clock is off, and McCollum just dribbles it right out of bounds.
Turnover to the
Mark
Lakers.
Davis comes
Is
in
it?
and says, yep, Portland ball.
A Portland ball with 1.4 on the
I told
clock.
you so, look, from CJ McCollum. Chance at the last shot. 1.4 seconds left. Portland with the ball down 8. Melo. LeBron hits the deck. Offensive foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's a big foul, too. Carmelo picks up his 5th foul.
Wowee.
Talk about veteran play. He knows the move. When you know someone's game that well, you can anticipate the next move. Melo's mad.
So
Saying that
is
was a flop. He had great anticipation. And
time to you.
LeBron James giving it back to Carmelo Anthony. He's put a few buckets on him tonight, but he draws foul number 5, and it was before the clock expired. That's a huge foul.
So
LeBron James inducing right there. So 5 on the Whiteside, 5 on Carmelo Anthony. Well, good chance for the Lakers to draw one up and see if they can make it happen here.
when you think about all the years that LeBron James has provided us with just entertaining plays, and isn't it interesting that in the latter part of
I'm
the
confused.
career,
Is it
that he and
3/4
Melo
time or
meet up?
we still
think about that draft class, you
still
think
haven't looked
about
at
the Olympics, you think about all the things, you know, the banana boat, everything, and look at them. I mean, all of that is over. When they get
Okay,
on
so
the court,
LeBron will.
man, it's just competition. You gotta love it.
They're just determining here, the officials.
Oh, they're having a look. Okay.
There you go. We could have told them all that
Yeah.
like 2 minutes ago. But they got it right.
They got to make sure they get it right.
And now the Lakers have a play drawn up during that
Oh, okay.
process.
So Lakers have the ball. 0.7 seconds.
Another bus comes over there. You see that smile LeBron had? He's over there. Did you see that? Got Melo his fifth foul. We'll take care of that.
Okay.
All right, last play here of this third quarter. Let's see what the Lakers have in mind. LeBron
Shoot.
fires
Is
one
it?
up.
Oh. Okay. So that's the end of the third quarter. Lakers 100 to Portland Trailblazers 92.
After the Lakers led by 14. We head to the fourth quarter. Is it the last quarter of the year for the Blazers? We'll see. Lakers trying to.
It's going to be a good fun last quarter.
Prime Minister said that it's that kind of place. An epic patchwork of tracks, ovals, pools, stadiums, and fairy tale endings.
Actually, look at the stats. How's it going, King James?
Think of the people who need your support. Gamble responsibly.
Lakers going to win.
Every part, every detail, every inch, and every angle.
So AD and LeBron 32 and 27. So it's pretty good. LeBron almost having a triple double.
Factories, Wednesdays from 8:30 on National Geographic.
You think you beat me?
LeBron 73% from the field. CJ McCollum 32. Carmelo Anthony 23.
The right tool for my beard straightens and brushes in one go.
Gary Trent.
Saying you may, with a wall heated beard straightening brush, available only at Shaver Shop.
Stream's gone for 2 hours while we.
It's that kind of place. An epic patchwork of tracks, ovals, pools, stadiums, and fairy tale endings, stitched together by undying belief.
Peter Roberts, the man who has conquered the mountain. Perfect right by Kalumo.
So long may we play.
Think of the people who need your support. Gamble responsibly.
Gonna be a good last quarter, hopefully.
We rise together for your city and for your team, for everything it took to get to this moment. Because together, we can win it all. The NBA playoffs tomorrow on ESPN.
LeBron James with first round. It's presented by Rocket Mortgage. Lakers lead by 8 in this closeout potential night against the Portland Trailblazers. How about Anthony Davis tonight, Chris? 32 points on 4 of 6 shooting from behind the arc.
So many moves. If he has a go-to move, somebody tell me, because he can shoot it, he can step back, he can run the floor, get involved. And again, when he spaces the floor and knocks down those shots, and right here, just old school poster, get dunked on. When he plays like that, this team so hard to stop. And moments ago, Jared Greenberg, we talked to Lakers head coach Fred Vogel.
With about 3 minutes to go in the quarter, I was getting ready to ask you about your improved defense. What happened the last couple of minutes?
Yeah, we let CJ get to the bucket. We found to bring double teams. He's attacking 2 guys. He knows they're shorthanded, and he's making plays.
We know what LeBron and AD can do offensively, but how important is it for you to find some other guys to step up and hit some big shots?
Well, it's a team game, and our guys have done a good job of just trusting the extra pass, stepping up, and when we got down the court here.
All right, coach. Thanks. Good luck, guys.
All right, thanks, Jared Greenberg. Thanks to Frank Vogel as Nurkic powers one down. Whistle on the play. Gonna get Kyle Kuzma on that foul. By the way, Anthony Davis, just to finish up your highlight package there, Chris, the 32 points tonight is a playoff high this year for the Lakers. Had 31 points in game 2, so he's got a Laker playoff high, and he's got a lot more minutes on the floor.
Definitely does. And what I'm
So
really
here we
impressed
go.
about is him getting to the line.
Portland
Sometimes you just race the floor,
are
you can
behind
get
by
up and shoot
5.
jumpers, but getting to the line is so important.
Go.
You control pace
LeBron
and
James.
just wear down the defense.
AD coming off a 20-point third quarter.
Go. Go to LeBron. Oh, turnover. Simons has the ball.
Nurkic to his left.
Nurkic. Oh, good block. Great block. Oh, great hustle. Oh, Bella. Oh,
That's just really good defense.
Bella.
Way to stay with the play. And this is a clean block. That was a clean blocker right there. Trying to get off to the fast break.
Oh, go Caruso.
A spin, kicks,
Howard. Oh, defensive rebound by Nurkic.
His 10th give Nurkic a double-double.
Is that Trent? Oh,
His heart inside the
LeBron
really trying to keep this team
with the rebound.
Lakers with a lead. LeBron a spin off 1 foot
Oh.
short. And it's going to be McCollum who
McCollum's
wrestles that three.
rebound.
Howard in the mix. Credit Gary Trent Jr. as well for keeping it alive. McCollum
Shot by
pulls it to
McCollum.
no.
Oh,
Morris with
rebound by Morris. LeBron.
Lakers want to run whatever they can against this Blazers team. Settling for a half-court possession here. Here's
Go Caruso. Oh, oh, it's a foul. Yeah.
On Kuzma.
If there's one word that embodies Terry Stotts' team since I've been watching them,
Kuzma with the foul.
Fight.
So,
I
pulling
mean,
ball.
this team fights. We know Dame knocking down 50-footers, waving bye-bye to the other teams. In all of those series, in my opinion, they were the underdog. Don't know how they came out, but right now, with them trying to stay in the game, see if they go to a pick and roll and ball movement. No more hero ball.
Oh, Caruso slips over.
You're going to CJ.
Here goes McCollum.
Oh,
and he gets
good
the
shot.
friendly roll.
Right.
CJ McCollum inside again.
Go Carl.
To the Blazers. Kuzma
And
with
oh,
Simons with a rebound.
oh no.
To tie it here, perhaps. And a whistle off the ball.
Timely fouls today by both teams. Really impressed when
I'm
make
here.
sure that it's not a clear path. But if they saw that their team, the offensive team, had an advantage, 3-on-2, 4-on-3,
That's
really good fouls to stop.
pulling
the play and
ball.
reset on defense.
A 3-point game. The Lakers led by 14. Looked like they were going to put this one away. That has not been the case. Blazers hanging in there. A chance to tie it.
Gary Trent, bang.
Simons.
Is it off Simons?
Did you see the no look right there by Nurkic? That was nice.
Tied game.
Anthony Simons delivers a
Timeout by the Lakers. 9:44 on the clock.
Here in Game 5, it's an 8-0 Portland run.
Bowie. Okay. Oh, it's going to be a good, interesting 10 minutes. Oh, no. Surely not the Lakers choke. Surely not.
Day out. Our favourite products are manufactured on an unthinkable scale. And for these global brands, the conveyor belt never stops. We pull apart each and every cog in these huge-scale precision operations.
We service the entire world. It gives me goosebumps.
Made in the day. Wednesdays from 7:30. New to National Geographic.
1:30 p.m.
And there was only one.
I'm alive. Just kidding. I'm dead inside emotionally, but that's neither here nor there. There's still only one cure for hungry, thirsty, and that's Coke. When it's full strength and full taste, it's full on. Oak. Kill hungry, thirsty, dead.
Could you just watch these two Gordons and tonics for me for a second? Thanks. Gordons. Shall we?
Alrighty.
We rise together for this generation and the next, on the court and in the streets, for your city and for your team. For everything it took to get to this moment, we rise together. Because together, we can win it all. The NBA playoffs, tomorrow, live on ESPN.
It's where you never shy away from a challenge. It's where you test your resilience and make your mark. It's where legends make lasting statements. It's the unrelenting spirit you'll only find here. It's the USA.
The chase for the Stanley Cup is on. The playoffs are underway in the hub cities of Edmonton and Toronto, where the NHL's elite will battle to determine who's the best of the best. 2 cities, 2 conferences, only one Stanley Cup. Who will reach the crown? Golden Knights, Canucks, tomorrow on ESPN2.
Want to talk playoff moves? Just tell Siri. FaceTime Dad.
It's an 8-0 Blazers run to start this fourth
Here we
quarter.
are.
They're tied at 100. CJ McCollum, Carmelo Anthony, Yusuf Nurkic carrying the load. Don't forget, tomorrow, ESPN. You got Boston and Toronto getting it started.
Here we
Game 1
are.
in East Semis, Clippers, Mavericks. That's a closeout game for the Clippers.
Lakers have the
And then
ball.
right here on TNT tomorrow night, Jazz Nuggets, 8:30 Eastern. The Jazz, a chance to close out Denver.
Portland has only given up
Yeah,
3
LeBron,
second chance
Danny
points.
Green,
They need
back to
keep that
LeBron.
intensity
Come on.
the defensive board. Do not give
7 on the
offensive
shot
rebounds
clock.
and easy buckets to Lakers.
Bang.
LeBron James hits a 3 over Nurkic.
Let's go. Come on.
So LeBron James has delivered with 30 points tonight.
30
4
points,
of
7
7
rebounds,
from
8
behind the arc,
assists. Nearly triple double.
pursuing a triple-double.
Nurkic,
Perhaps.
the
Game 1 and a loss. The only
floater.
loss
No.
of this postseason for the Lakers.
Nurkic just said with himself that he missed the easy one. He had Simons
LeBron.
behind him, but a good play on his part. Keep shooting that.
They keep Nurkic
Kyle
on LeBron. Now
Kuzma.
Kuzma with Simons on him. Tried to take him to the paint.
Spin
Backs it
move.
in, got the mismatch.
Pose.
Tepper.
Bang.
Pure. What a shot by Kyle Kuzma.
The pick and roll.
Here we go.
Trying to get a little bit of space.
Gary Trent.
Simons can give it right
Collins.
back. We've seen it already here tonight.
See Carmelo Anthony. He gets a foul and
Savvy as ever.
didn't get the shot on.
You what Isaiah Thomas, the great Isaiah Thomas said, the pump fake is the best play in basketball. And when he said it to me, I couldn't just grasp it right away, but I think that Melo showed you.
Kyle
that
Kuzma's
right
got
there,
5
because you always have
fouls.
an option to get to the line, and if you don't, just do the nice turnaround like you saw Kuzma on the
I
other
think
end.
there's about 3 Portland players who have 5 fouls.
Most points in
So
the first half of a playoff game since
we'll
2013.
be interested in the next 8 minutes.
And this is
Got
what
the
I
free
mean.
throw.
If you have skill, the greatest play in the NBA, in basketball, is the pump fake. Because people must honor your shot, and then you have them at your will.
101
Your game,
plays.
your counters,
105.
and again, that nice move.
Melo get it. Got it.
25 for Carmelo Anthony. Kuzma will sit. LeBron James running with Markieff Morris, Danny Green, Dwight Howard, Contavious Caldwell.
Yeah.
They cleared out.
LeBron. Bang. Gets it. Go out.
Plays like that. I mean, because on that play, he very well could pass it to a player that you didn't notice that's wide open, and when he attacks.
Okay.
Man, this team is
32 for LeBron. Here goes McCollum. off the
McCollum
glass.
gets it in. Off the glass.
CJ McCollum with the answer. Give him 36 now. LeBron
Yeah.
James with 32. He's the first Laker with 30-point games in 3 consecutive playoff games since Kobe, who did it in the Western Conference Finals in 2010. James, bullet pass across.
Pope.
Gives it up.
To Kyle Kuzma. Oh, Danny Green.
Steal, Simons. Up ahead, Gary Trent Jr. taking on Morris.
Oh, I nearly got it.
Follow,
Oh.
no, Trent's coming back. Trent goes and whistle.
Trent, and it's a foul.
Markieff Morris. Portland able to salvage free throws
So,
out of this
They're
possession.
going to the line. for 2. So Gary Trent.
Wondering if they're going to take a look at that foul.
They certainly will. Mark Davis on his way over with Kevin Scott. 2 hands across the shoulders, it looked like. Well, looked clean. He got all ball, actually.
Yeah. Again, the referees at this point in the game is really good that they went over and checked. It looked a lot worse in normal speed than it did right there, but great job to make sure they had the right call.
So it was called a common foul on the floor. Free throws coming for Gary Trent Jr. or the scrappy Portland Trailblazers. This has been something to watch tonight. And how many of you out there just figuring in the shorthanded Blazers with just 9 on their roster, no Damian Lillard, no Zach Collins. Wenyan Gabriel was supposed to start. He was a late scratch, and McCollum has carried the load.
See what he sure has 8 for 14, 3 for 4 from the 3-point line, 25 points.
Yeah.
Scored in every type of way.
McCollum with 11 points in the third quarter, 11 ties, 9 lead changes. I heard Mark Davis confirm the call on the floor. Morris with the common foul and free throws here for Gary Trent Jr.
Gary
Trent
Trent.
enough about Gary Trent Jr. and his defense. The little things that don't show up in the stat sheet. And even if they didn't work all the time, like pressuring LeBron 94 feet, not letting screens come in, and really just his will on the offensive end and trying to score and not be intimidated by the Lakers defense.
Well, he's going to have a long career. He's already established himself as a 3-and-D guy. Much improved defender from his college days at Duke, and he's drifting into that elite defender role, typically guarding the best perimeter scorer. And he shot 42% this year from behind the arc.
Yeah, and his energy is just contagious. When he comes in the
Gary
game
Trent.
and he plays, you
Second
know
free throw.
his presence, even if it's not filling up the stat sheet.
And he's got it.
1-point game.
1-point game.
LeBron James will
7:30 remaining.
more than he thought he might against the Portland Trailblazers. Lakers by a point. Here's Howard.
Dwight Howard's got the ball. So Pope.
McCollum right on him. With every
Back to
passing minute,
AD.
this game stays close. The pressure
Is he going?
stays on the Lakers. Shot clock to 2. Got to get one up quick. Howard
Yes.
hammers it home. Great setup by
Great
Contagious
done.
Caldwell Pope. Just as the time
And
expires.
is it timeout?
Just great patience. AD could have just taken a bad shot, and same with
Whoa.
Caldwell Pope, just
Nasty
trusting
dunk.
your players, trusting your coach and the offense.
Powers it through. Dwight Howard in double figures. He got 11 points, 6 boards. See if Portland has an answer. Under 7 minutes to go.
And Trent goes for 3 and bang. Tied game.
McCollum set him up. Gary Trent Jr. knocks it down, and we're tied at 109.
And a foul on Gary Trent.
Foul on Trent.
These type of games give confidence to would-be competitors. It doesn't mean that competitors are going to come in here and win just because another team plays well. But you see tendencies, you understand body language, and now from this night, you understand when LeBron goes off the game, pressure everyone else because they don't have the ball handlers. When Rondo comes back, yes, but right now, no.
So to Pope, 3 bang.
Answer for the Lakers. Contavious Caldwell Pope.
Good job up.
Shot 39% from behind the arc this year. Average about 4 attempts a game.
5 from 12.
Give it 14.
4 from 9 from 3. And he's missed.
That's an awkward possession.
He's missed the LU.
Now Caruso.
Caruso.
Nurkic on Caruso now. And defensive 3-second.
Give that to the assistant coach.
Offensive 3-second. I beg your pardon.
Yes, the assistant coach couldn't tell which one, but you heard him right here on the other side of the arena calling 3 seconds, and that's because Dwight Howard had an advantage with Simons on him. The Laker offense just didn't recognize it.
Howard camping in the lane.
So turnover.
Nate Tibbetts the one who marked out
Nurkic.
that 3-second call. Here's Nurkic.
Oh, yuck. That is a
In the
terrible
hands
foul.
of Caruso in transition.
So Dwight's got the ball. AD.
Davis at the controls now.
Go.
Gives it up.
Go, Danny. Oh. In and out. That's not what we need. Gary Trent has the ball.
And Trent will pull it back and get it organized with McCullum.
Back to CJ McCollum.
Or the one-on-one play. Let's go.
Well played.
Just
Oh.
gets right by.
Oh, Millie.
Misses badly. Haven't seen that much from CJ McCollum. Casey
Here we go.
Hughes done a
AD.
great job in this series against CJ McCollum. The minutes he's
Step back or. No, you foul there.
Davis, little jab step. Now he'll pull it and he'll hit it. Anthony Davis. Lakers stretch it a bit. It's a 5-point lead.
Lakers.
5-10
Timeout. Yep. Time out. So it's going to be a good, interesting 4 minutes. Anything can happen.
Give us high heat, the awesome filthy stuff. Give us a little bit of this, join the party, and a little bit of that. Give us the game's best. Braves, Phillies. Give us Sunday Night Baseball, Monday on ESPN2.
The chase for the Stanley Cup is on. The playoffs are underway in the hub cities of Edmonton and Toronto, where the NHL's will battle to determine who's the best of the best. Two conferences.
Let's have a look at the stats.
Yeah. The crown. Golden Knights, Canucks, tomorrow on ESPN2.
5-10 on the CJ McCollum with 36. Carmelo Anthony with 25. Gary Trent Jr. with 13. Yusuf Nurkic with the double-double. 16-10, 6. Hassan Whiteside has 5 fouls, 2 points.
Mind you, I demand a lot from my tools.
How much
And the same goes for my beard. And the right tool for my beard straightens and brushes in one
So
go.
look, Anthony Davis 34, 9 and 4.
With a wall heated beard straightening brush.
LeBron with 32, 7, 8.
It's when you never shy away from
Kentavious Caldwell Pope 14 and 5 assists.
and make your mark.
Dwight Howard 11 points and 6 rebounds.
It's the unrelenting spirit that only God here.
So it's been interesting.
It's the USA.
The road to the Octagon is built on sacrifice and redemption.
Speak to me now. I'll bring it home. Hey,
No one knows this better than UFC President Dana White. In this exclusive limited series, he has picked the best amateur talent and gives them a solid UFC starter. Dana White Contender Series on ESPN.
Okay, let's work to get a great shot every time down. Okay, touch the paint, attack the basket. Then keep bringing energy, make the hustle plays. Okay, it's not easy to close the team out. It's supposed to be hard. Close out games supposed to be hard. Yeah, let's work.
Very business-like huddle right there for the Lakers. But coach, no matter his demeanor, he is
5-10
telling them what they
remaining.
need to hear right now. This veteran team definitely wants to listen. So tough to get a closeout game.
Well, you know, Frank Vogel took Indiana to the playoffs 5 times in his 6 years. First-year coach of the Lakers. Portland with the ball down 5. 5 minutes remaining in regulation.
5 minutes, here we
There's
go.
been a surprise effort by the Blazers, shorthanded.
Trent bang.
He's got another one.
Great
Gary
shot.
Trent Jr. delivers a big one.
112,
Just
114.
like that, Gary Trent
It's
Jr.
going to be
hit 3
interesting.
threes. He's got 16 tonight. Anthony Davis with the ball down the
AD,
corner.
LeBron, screen.
It's a switch.
Go,
Davis
go.
on the tape.
And one. Yes. Let's go.
Anthony Davis. Chance of the three-point play.
Portland trying to stay in it with a wonderful ball movement. CJ McCollum being a
Portland
great
playing
decoy
really,
on
really
the
well.
other end. You got to know when the pick and roll
Couple
comes
turnovers,
between
probably have cost them a couple of
LeBron and AD,
points.
that you got to load up on that
But they've
side
done
and
really
as
well.
much help as you can, especially with Whiteside. No shot blocking right now for Portland.
Best output of these playoffs for Anthony Davis. He's been at the line often tonight, making 9
So,
to 11
got
at the line. That's 37
117,
points.
112.
Whiteside sits with 5
So,
fouls. Carmelo Anthony is playing with 5 fouls.
Yusuf Nurkic is 5.
And a turnover.
Oh, good. Go. Go.
Bad possession for Portland.
Go, AD. He's been fouled.
Davis will go back to the line. So Davis, aggressive here. Last 2 possessions. Back to the free throw line.
AD back
he
to the
goes.
free throw line. And
Nurkic picking up his 3rd foul.
oh, Nurkic has 3.
The playoffs on TNT are brought to you by American Express. Now is the time to shop small and support the places you love. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Davis with 38, LeBron James 32, and yet the Blazers are still within reach. This dynamic duo joining forces here in Los Angeles, top seed in the West.
Got it.
It has been
119
years since the
plays,
Lakers have won a
112.
playoff series. Got to go back to 2012. First round series went against the Denver Nuggets. Long, long drought for a very proud franchise. Caruso.
Oh, well played.
To steal.
Well done, Caruso.
Oh, he can see it coming. Now Green leaves it up top.
Oh, good alley-oop. Well done.
The stifling Lakers defense turning into offense. And now Los Angeles back up 9 as Danny Green
Up
leads
by
it to
9.
AD. The powerhouse jam and a timeout.
Timeout, Portland. So, it's been a pretty good series.
Dana White is in the series on ESPN.
The chase for the Stanley Cup is on. The playoffs are underway in the hub cities of Edmonton and Toronto, where the NHL's elite will battle to determine who's the best of the best. 2 cities, 2 conferences, only one Stanley Cup. Who will reach the crown? Golden Knights, Canucks, tomorrow on ESPN2.
Well, the Lakers getting a big push tonight, C-Web, from Anthony Davis. 41 points. Playoff high as a
Nice.
Laker in these bubble playoffs.
Tell you what, this is why this main man LeBron wanted him on his team. He wanted that number 2, 1A, however you put it, someone to take a little bit of the pressure off and put more pressure on the defense.
Then a 12-3 Laker run. Davis has the last 9. Here's
Oh, he's
Simons.
missed it.
Get it to go. That's a big miss.
Lakers, LeBron,
LeBron James.
AD.
Oh, what a setup for Anthony Davis. LeBron
I think that's
James
game.
just threading the needle. His 10th assist.
Actually, no,
of the
there's
game
still 3 minutes on
to
the
go
clock.
along with 32 points.
So you never
And now
know.
Davis with 43, 11 in the quarter after 20 in
Oh,
the
it's-
first quarter.
Oh, in and out.
On a 3-point
Bella.
try. And the Lakers now putting stakes in the ground. Up double figures, 11-point lead, approaching 3 minutes left.
Put LeBron to be aggressive and try to get that
Good
fifth
screen. Oh,
foul. Not on a 6 foul on Melo, but he knows right now.
Lakers
it's
have
winning
the
time.
ball.
And I expect him a little bit of a chicken wing there. He could have gotten an offensive foul, but how about when your 7-footer, the biggest guy on the floor, is one of the quickest and fastest, and finishes the break?
LeBron.
Take that, James.
And gets it. Nice. 125 plays, 112.
Dominating the paint. in these last few moments here. And just a quick burst.
Carmelo Anthony for the jumper.
One for the road, he says. What a night for him.
Tell you what, AG, LeBron has done it again. We talked about AG, but how about LeBron? 34-10. I mean, when you look at most playoff games,
Caruso with the ball and gets the layup in.
He's already leading Michael Jordan by 4. He has 19. Just add one to it and make it 20 games.
Melo's got the ball.
And 2 rebounds away from a triple-double.
Gets it. Oh.
No, James has got it. He's a 1 rebound away from a triple-double.
Oh.
Simons jumps the lane.
Simons grabs the ball.
Anthony Simons will go to the hole, gives it up. Trent for 3.
Trent. LeBron has a triple-double.
2 minutes remaining in regulation here, and a burst by the Lakers.
LeBron gets fouled.
Free throws for LeBron James.
Free throw.
Put the hammer down, the Lakers. That's what you're talking about right there. Most 30-point triple-doubles.
LeBron has the most 30-point triple-doubles with 13. Oscar Robertson with 8. Russell Westbrook with 6.
Many people love to argue about his place in history. I don't know where that is, but he's sitting at the table with whoever else the other picks are. He is right there. 30-10, it makes it look so easy.
Well, this finishing kick by the Lakers. Gonna put Portland out of the playoffs.
Yeah. Lakers are through to the semi-playoffs or semis.
Jalen Adams will get a little bit of run, and how about CJ McCollum? He gets the grand exit. McCollum will leave with 36 points. His best playoff game, Carmelo Anthony, 27 points. How about those two?
Props to Portland. They played really, really well, especially with the injuries they've had.
Fans, I just want you guys out there to understand you're our partners in this league. And that bench over there is standing up. They're hugging their guys just as if they were important in that crazy loud arena. And when the fans give you that standing ovation at the end, even though you've lost your series, they're just
some really good effort.
Here's the love. Just look at this. And usually the fans give us this love and give the players this love. But the bench is going to get up. Well done. Job well done. We got guys hurt. Our best player is hurt. Good job.
Especially with Dame. That's a really, really good effort.
But you know what? We did what we said we were going to do. We stuck to the game plan and fought hard.
They competed their tails off tonight. It was fun to watch as Oregon scores it. This game was tied at 109 with 6:40 left. Lakers now on a 20-7 run. And we'll put this one away and advance to the second round, being the winner of OKC Houston. Well, let's give credit where credit's due with the Portland Trailblazers. They entered the bubble, Chris. 3.5 games back of Memphis. They went 6-2, while the Grizzlies went 2-6 to secure the 8th seed, including that overtime win over Memphis. Had a big victory over the Nets as well in a winner-go-home game. Beat Memphis in the play-in game. Even in that game, the Shots team trailed by 8 with 10 minutes left. It's been an incredible effort.
A minute and 20 seconds remaining.
What they've done here in the bubble.
Shout out to Oakland's finest, Mr. Damian Lillard.
Kuzma.
Every game shows us it doesn't matter the size that you come on the court with, just the size of your heart, and a great mentoring from Brian Shaw, Gary Payne, others that are just Jason Kidd in that city, man. You make the city so proud, and of course you make Portland so proud with the way that you play.
Caruso will exit. Kyle Kuzma with 8 points now. End of the line for the Portland Trailblazers. And it is down to 11 teams remaining in the playoff picture. Jared Dudley getting some run tonight.
Good layout. A floater.
On the floor as well. As Frank Vogel
couldn't cook.
Chance to get his reserve some playing time. Well, impressive rally by the Lakers. After losing game 1, the Lakers come back and win the next 4 games to advance.
Kyle Kuzma gets the air ball.
And advance to the second round.
44 seconds on the clock.
Coming for you tomorrow night, the Utah Jazz lead the Denver Nuggets 3-2. Game 6. From the
shot, man. Milwaukee's finest. I'm mad that you did it because, first of all, good shout out, but I wanted to do it. Check it out. If you DJ shot
Last 30 seconds of Portland season. Quinn Cook has the ball.
I'm telling you, she knows what she's doing on the one and two.
I feel like you're her audience of one right now, Chris. It's your playlist.
I gave her a couple of requests. I did give her. She's been showing up.
And I don't mean to make this a small thing.
12 seconds left, and the Lakers are 13.4.
The NBA's done a great job. They thought of everything. They bring these DJs in. There she is, DJ Shawn, and she had this place hopping.
Yeah, and the players over there bobbing their head in the left line. She's come with R&B, hip hop, every different style.
Gets it. 7 seconds left.
All right, that's going to take us to the finish line.
And
Quinn Cook will dribble it out.
that is the game.
Lakers in 5.
Well played. Well played to the Portland Trailblazers. Good effort with our Dame. And yeah, we haven't won in about 8 years. So, all right, I'm going to end the live stream. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one, whenever it is. See ya.
Give them that flowers while they live. Those are kings right there. Love the fact that